because sometimes I have had an injury and I've gone in and, you know, I mean, I go for a couple of weeks and it fucking...
Moose Knuckle, Red the Dragon, Night Danger, Canada, Uncircumcised, Philanthropy, Stupid Stuff, Supercross, Hey, Nipple, Machete, Fashion, a scintillating bloodbath, malicious fury, evil, cannabis, interesting thing,
It's going to be too loud, I can tell.
radio.
I'm laying on my back on my $10,000 torture rack. And while it may be so much fun, I should have got a cheaper one.
It's the Jason Ellis Show with Jason Ellis. Michael Tully.
I've never been so comfortable with cocks in my entire life.
Andrew Bruce.
No way you get hard just staring at my ass.
Kevin Kraft.
Look at how fertile my twat is.
And Will Pendarvis.
Fuck yeah, I'm Will Pendarvis.
Also blown up.
Jason Ellis. This is the Jason Ellis Show.
You know, baby.
Hey, yeah. Check it out, man. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the things that are around today. Alright. I want to, go to TMZ and go, I took some Percocets! How do you get let in there?
At a TMZ?
Yeah, I just saw it. It was very exciting. It wasn't really. I'm lying.
Did somebody take some Percocets?
Yeah, I just saw this thing because I don't watch TV, but I guess he went into TMZ and said a bunch of weird stuff.
Kanye West.
Yeah, and then the other guy from TMZ broke it down, bruh. It's like, look, bruh.
Oh, this is what he means to say?
No. Busted. He was like, as a black guy, like because he said some stuff about how he goes. Which the thing that I got from it was he quoted somebody. As far as I'm concerned, he got the 400 years of slavery sounds like a choice to me. Like I think he heard that from somebody else, and then he said that on TMZ. I'm not black, but I don't expect the black community to be that pumped on that. And then there's one guy who's there who started saying stuff back to him, and then I only get snippets. So I guess he walked over and he looked like he was trying to hug the guy, but I don't know. But I don't know why he's there. And he's talking about hurting his back and taking painkillers. Dude, it's kind of like everyone thinks that it's a scam to sell albums. I mean, I don't know. Do you buy an album if he goes completely bonkers, or do you just everybody talks about Kanye and the album is nothing?
Yeah, I don't have any idea that a Kanye album is coming out, but
well, I do now because Tully told me. Because yesterday when Kanye started going insane, Tully was like, he has an album coming out. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get the scam. But this one sort of seems like if he was somewhat for real. You got where's your wife and shit? Like you kind of need help, man. Like,
well,
you're falling apart on TV.
Actually, when he was on one of his little day-long tirades, well, not little, big day-long tirades, and started doing all the Trump stuff, I think there was a tweet at a certain point that's like, okay, my wife just asked me to clarify my earlier statements.
Yes, he did say that.
So she's fully in there. Look, I think that I'm not saying you can be a crazy person and still have a plan and still be crazy. But still, lots of crazy people tell you what they're trying to do, you know?
Yeah.
I do think that it's a thing for pop stars to reinvent themselves, and what that really means is providing, a fresh context to look at their stuff. Otherwise, it's like, Jay-Z's got a new album. Yeah, cool, it's a Jay-Z album, and I'm not saying that what he's doing that this is what he's doing, or if he's doing it on purpose, it's a smart thing to do, but when the album comes out, people are going to have a different take on Kanye than they did when the last one came out. So it gives people something to talk about. It gives reviewers to go, he's been going crazy for a month, so let's take a look at this album and see what's in, it just gives people a reason to evaluate him in a new way. Look, yeah.
He's also fired his manager. He told his manager, you have to work just for me, you can't have any other clients, or you can't be my manager.
Mm-hmm.
His manager would have let him go on TMZ.
Which manager?
Oh, that's the Justin Bieber guy. Yeah. The guy who wears a Mickey Mouse shirt every single day.
The same one or a different one?
I think he's got
that makes
a bunch.
A difference.
Wait, there's a guy that wears a Mickey Mouse t-shirt every day and he's the manager to the stars?
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust anybody who wears the same thing every day.
He believes that it's... I get that. It disarms people and it makes people feel happy when they see him that he's always Mickey Mouse guy. Maybe he stopped. I read this in a New Yorker profile of him a couple years ago.
All right, well...
Look,
whatever you got to do. Sounds successful. Everybody likes him, yeah?
I don't try to be the guy who always has to disagree with everybody, but it does seem to come pretty naturally with me. When I read the Kanye West quotes, it seems to me that what he said was slavery went on for 200 years, and now we are 200 years later, and we still, as the black community, often talk about things in the context of American slavery. At a certain point, doesn't it become a choice to continue to let that define us so much? And you can agree or disagree with that sentiment, but that's a valid thing for a human being to think and say, isn't it?
Wait, you're saying that's exactly what he said? Because I didn't hear him say that on TMZ. It sounded more like what I said.
He clarified.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Well, because...
Look, that guy in the room took it the wrong way, and so did I.
When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. And I took that to mean that he meant...
Oh, yeah, because slavery actually lasted, closer to 200 years.
Right.
So what he's talking about is after slavery technically ended.
After 400 years, we're still talking about it. It seems like that's a choice. And you could totally disagree with that, but I just saw a lady on CNN downstairs being like, well, I'm descended from slaves. And guess what? They didn't have a choice. And to me, that seems like... If he says that's not what I meant, I believe him. Am I crazy?
Maybe the back in the Trump right before he made that statement mumbles it all up and makes you think that. Because I'm pretty basic, Michael. I don't pay that much attention to stuff, and I'm easily triggered. And maybe I can. I believe I have an intelligent person in there, but I need to call on him. And if I don't, and I just react, then the stupid. I'm like, hey man, why would he say that about? And look, the black guy from TNT seems pretty pissed. I got black friends. Hey, Kanye, why would you do that to your community? And then all the other Space Cadet stuff that he was saying. It's very difficult to... I mean, you're saying you got a plan. Well, I was listening to a lot of his plan. It doesn't make any sense. A lot of the stuff that he was saying didn't really make that much sense. It was a lot of mumbo-jumbo, I thought.
So, real quick, he tweeted, the reason why I brought up the 400 years point is because we can't be mentally imprisoned for another 400 years. We need free thought now. Even the statement was an example of free thought. It was just an idea. Which he's running this free thought thing like
Well, that's what I think he's going to do at the end, is say, hey, I was doing all that stuff just to make people think and make people talk about stuff, But I haven't seen the video, but...
I don't understand how he said he was addicted to opioids.
Yeah, but he said, first of all, lipo, you need painkillers for lipo, and then he said he would take 2 a day. That's not addicted to opioids.
That's what I'm saying.
Fucking liar! Like you're either taking 2 bottles a day or you're not. You're fucking 2 a day.
Try 25 a day, and then you'll be up there.
It just like my boy that's got my weed, and just the whole blibber blabbing to these guys. I just, and then standing up and asking the rest of the room. It's an asshole. Like you don't have to. Like you see the world in a different place because you've seen so many things and you've thought of so many things. So you think you understand the way the world is, or you think that you've achieved so much that you know more about the world than everybody else.
Is that fair to say?
No.
But is it fair to say that he believes that? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
think that's really the discussion. Does he believe it, or is he selling an album? But I think the first one. I think he does believe it. Seemed like he was doing a pretty good job. He always does.
Maybe he knows how to put it this way. Maybe he knows how to play it up a little bit. Maybe he's got some uncanny sense of that. But does he go home and go, they're totally buying it. They think I'm crazy now. No fucking way.
Well, look, I think he thinks that he's changing the world, and I think that he thinks he's that big of a monster that he can, he can make or break all of us, and the world rests on his shoulders because whatever he does right now can save the children, save the universe. That's what I think he thinks. And I think that's what happens when people blow smoke up your ass for playing a fucking stupid song. I don't give a fuck how many lyrics you've written, dude. You don't fucking run the world. And people, what's really even more devastating is people are not into you anymore. They're into these little midget dudes with fucking rainbows tattooed on their face. No one's even paying attention. The kids aren't even paying attention to you anymore. You're going out with a fucking sellout. You're like mainstream.
Hey, look.
He's fucking McDonald's as far as the kids are concerned.
Okay, but whose lifestyle would you rather live? Kanye's or crayon teeth guy? I'm telling you, Kanye's at a different level than Instagram crayon guy.
Well, because he's way older. When you start and you get the deal, he got the same deal as crayon guy. He goes up a little higher. He starts swinging off Jay-Z's nuts and he's rock-aware shit. He's a little bit bigger. Then he gets his own shit, and then he becomes like another thing yeah, you're right. It's another level, but he's way older. He didn't become Kanye West when he was 20.
No, but very few people get to that level of fame and fortune.
Yeah, and some people can't handle it, and that's what I think you're seeing. I think you're seeing a guy that can't handle it. I think you believe what everybody's telling you. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing you need to realize. Like, even if you did do something that is so physically or mentally amazing, what the fuck does that make? You can't treat everybody else different. You can't.
Right.
It's not fair. I don't get how I moved you so much with my music that I'm a cunt for the rest of my life, and that's okay. That doesn't make any sense, man, at all.
Well,
it's the most backward shit ever.
Why
talk to us? Why try to help us? Because you don't care. You just said your boy gets your weed and shit. Like, you have people that just follow you around giving you shit like a fucking toddler. And then you want to tell everybody else to get off their ass and free their mind.
That's what a lot of the criticism, though, towards Kanye is that he doesn't understand what common people, other minorities living in New York City are going through. He's in Calabasas, and it's another world. And so for him to speak about Donald Trump or whoever, it's not comparable to what's actually going on.
Well, you can't blame him for that. Everybody is saying stuff. I'm saying it. Everybody's having their opinions. Just because he's a big famous person, he's not allowed to have his opinions. I just think it's not like, you listen to his opinions. It's not about the opinion. He's gone bonkers, man. Like, you're letting him. And I don't think anyone deserves to die just because they were an asshole because they were really good at music. And that's to me now. I don't really I make fun of him. I don't really find that much fun in him anymore, really. But you're kind of watching a mentally ill person go, I'm going to go more mentally. And you're like, yeah, do you want to do an interview tomorrow? Or do you want to do an album? Or do you want to do a gig? Because you shouldn't be doing anything. You got kids, dude. You should seriously go to rehab. You need help, man.
You say he's a dick or whatever. I mean, is he being mean to people with his...
No, I'm saying when you...
and stuff, or...
Oh, I don't know. I don't hang out with him day to day. He just seems like the kind of guy that is above everybody and talks down to everybody, or won't acknowledge other people unless they're of a certain level as well. There's levels, and he seems to be constantly reminding you that he's at a higher level, which tells me that he's not going to have an eye-to-eye conversation with a dude at a liquor store.
Is he having a eye-to-eye conversation with that guy at TMZ?
I don't think he's having an eye-to-eye conversation with anybody, dude.
Right.
I don't think him and his wife have eye-to-eye with anybody's eyes. I think they just think about their own fucking face all day. Because these are the biggest egos in the world. This is the most unscarred egos ever in the history of the universe. These two humans are just like, la 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 la, all day.
Yeah, well, to me, this is like an old story in a fresh form, which is, the bit in Almost Famous right? Where it's like, oh, when you get famous, you're going to think you're a golden god. And it's like, I'll never do that. And then fucking 15 minutes later, he's standing on somebody's roof drunk going, I'm a golden god. Like, people, you give them a bunch of fame, and then they believe they're golden gods, and then they act weird, and we get to kind of look at them and react to them. And this is a different way of becoming a golden god, but we've seen, I mean, Axl Rose became a golden god. David Lee Roth became a golden god.
But he didn't have TMZ for him to walk in and do it.
They just acted out in different ways.
Yep.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think, like, Jay-Z would never go on?
Yeah, but Jay-Z handled it. Jay-Z has handled the pressure of fame.
Yeah.
He is not... he did not go bonkers. He never went bonkers.
Yeah, they
He's
don't
a
all do.
businessman.
So,
Fuck it.
Axl have been on TMZ.
Yeah. And you know, because I'll tell you what, he would have if he had gone bonkers before his face started falling off. He ain't going on TMZ to tell the world that they're fucked up or we need to save the universe when he's fucking 700 pounds and 20 chins. He knows better than that. They all do.
Is there a giant artist that you would see do something similar to what Kanye's done?
Like he did. Dude, I'm just telling you. I just realized this dude's like the same age as me, talking about liposuction to answer to the fans. How about going to the gym, you fucking lazy baby? He's a baby. You don't get liposuction when you're like liposuction for 400-pound people, not for a dude who's 20 pounds overweight.
Michael Jackson is the nearest to this because Michael Jackson had the same delusions of save the world grandeur. So it's not exactly the same, but I mean, he had fucking singles called Heal the World. Like he had the Messiah complex.
Tom Cruise.
What did he do?
He was jumping up and down on the couch.
Was that really that bad?
He was in love.
I know, he was in love.
It was pretty crazy.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, to bring him into this conversation for saying he's super in love and jumping up on some fucking dickhead's couch on morning television so all the women go crazy versus, I have done 2 Percocets. Like, dude, this guy is a fucking moron.
The Tom Cruise thing, I think around the same time he started speaking a little bit more openly about the Scientology thing, and I think he was kind of telling people that he'd figured out the key to life and you should follow me and stuff.
Because
like
he does think he can save the world.
He does, and I think that he kind of always kept that. He was managed to not really talk about the Scientology stuff, and that was a thing where I think he was a little more transparent. But the jumping up and down on the couch was very obvious. That was a person who looks like a human being, but is actually a lizard person who wanted to go on and act like what he thought a person in love would look like.
Right.
What?
Right.
Oh God, yeah.
He's an alien. He's a lizard person. Everybody knows.
He's never had a normal human emotion in his entire life, and he's like, I am in love. How do I act very in love on a big Hollywood level for Oprah's fans?
I thought
cartoons.
I thought he got on the couch because he was in love, but I thought there was more that he was getting on the couch to show you the joys that Scientology can bring you.
Methinks that
He was
test too much kind of thing. Like
what?
He wants you to know he's overjoyed so much that he's going to really, really, really demonstrate his overjoyedness to you.
I thought it was a Scientology sell. Like he was on there to sell Scientology. Because he officially was a Scientologist and had never been happier in his life.
I thought
so much so he had to get on the couch and just scream it.
I think that's true, and I think he also needed to sell the idea that he had normal human being relationships, because I think weird ideas started to get out there that maybe he just has sex with alien babies in his basement, and maybe every marriage he's ever been in is some arranged thing, which by the way does seem to be true. So he's like, no, Scientology's awesome. I'm happier than all of you. I'm more enlightened than all of you. I'm more in love than all of you because I'm a big Hollywood superstar and my life is bigger and better than you in every way, and this is how humans act when they're in love, right?
I am human.
Is this the same as Charlie Sheen when he did the whole tiger blood thing?
No, that was crack.
Yeah, that's a dude on drugs.
I mean, he did. It is very reminiscent in the regard that Kanye did use dragon something or other, right? Me and Trump have dragon spirit.
And Kanye did take a Percocet 12 hours ago, so...
Hey, Boo, or Bo, whatever. Okay.
Kanye is a genius. Shit. You guys sitting here talking about the man, and he's got you talking about the things he wants you to talk about.
Good
Right.
point, Boo.
Well done.
Thank you.
Kanye is a genius. He's got you speaking his name, and you're giving it to him now.
Thank you.
Great, Kanye.
That guy had a point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never, I got some friends that were like, man, his albums just blew my mind. I'm like, he never blew my mind, so it's easier for me to be like, I don't fucking care. You know, I'm not gonna buy. I didn't buy the last one. I don't know how many he's ever had. Never bought any of them.
Right. I've been kind of meaning to go and actually listen to the music.
Well, that's a lie. I've got one album. That's a lie.
I hear it's very good, but
Yeah.
I don't find it hard to separate the artist. Like, I can listen to Morrissey albums and give a shit about what Morrissey says in interviews.
Wait. Go ahead, Chris. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going? I was just calling in. Have you seen the interview that Kanye did with Charlemagne like last week?
You mean you're talking about a different one as to the other one he did with him, where he said that his wife is the Marilyn Monroe of today, and that one.
Yeah, the one like I don't know, the 18th. It was like last week or 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so it's a new one.
About being in debt and how his debt doesn't define him, and debt and slavery, and he's pretty articulate in that interview. I mean, I don't think he's crazy. I think that some of the truth he's saying is crazy. I mean, it seems crazy.
Does Charlemagne have makeup on?
What?
We're looking at a video of the interview you just mentioned.
Is this the old interview? Because he's blonde. Okay.
Was he blonde that day?
I did want to sit through an hour and 45 minutes.
He looks a little puffy, too.
I feel like TMZ would tell me if anything.
Well, he's got a
noteworthy
fat
would
face,
happen.
but he's got liposuction. So, you get any audio of it, or?
Wait, can you pause it there? See, I love this idea and it's very pervasive, but I feel like the vast majority of people just look at all of this shit and they go, Kanye West is crazy, and then they listen to the album and they're either like, yeah, but it's actually a pretty good album, or nah, and the album sucked, and then he comes to town and they're like, oh, maybe I'll go see him. I don't think the vast majority of he's talking about the whole, like, we make icons and we make people feel, he thinks that that's true, and there are millions of people who agree with him, but I actually think the vast majority of Americans are pretty much staying in their lane and looking at their own lives and don't spend the entire day looking at Instagram going, oh man, I wish I had a fucking pair of shoes like Kim Kardashian. I think most people have it in much better perspective what fame means than Kanye West.
No, totally, but there are icons.
Is that a crazy thing? Yeah, but
Nah.
I don't feel I'm not threatened by Kanye West's fame. I really feel like to my core I can say that is true.
No, I don't
Yeah, but I could see the people he hangs out with would be threatened by it.
And that's why I'm saying I think there are millions of them, but I think mainstream Americans have a pretty good sense of perspective of what they can put Hollywood in a little box.
Yeah, no, but the biggest icons that we have, how much time do you spend thinking about them? Who's the biggest icon right now? I mean,
Donald Trump.
Yeah,
Nate
aside
Diaz.
from Trump. I mean, just fame-wise.
I gotta tell you, this is very concerning stuff, Kanye, but I'm more concerned about the hidden tapes of Donald Trump saying the N-word, according to Tom Arnold. Big stuff, and he's got a
He's
TV
got
show. Yeah, and look, I can't say it, damn it. I've met him. I don't know how, he sounded crazy on the Howard Stern show this morning.
Oh, is he talking about that tape again? 'Cause
He's
he
got a
was saying-
show. He's talking about it because he's got a show on Vice where he finds tapes on Donald Trump calling people the N-word,
Right.
and he calls his son a P-type, but with the R.
Yes. He's been talking about that very tape for a while.
Yeah, well now he's got a show about it.
It's got a show about that.
Finding the
Yeah,
tape.
yeah, and he told the Stern show this morning that he's got stuff, big stuff,
What? Well, when's
stuff
the time
that's going to
to
ruin it.
When's the time to break that out?
Now
I
he's
mean,
got the PP tape.
How long has he had it?
He's actually doesn't have it.
Okay.
It's going to be one of those. I mean, I don't know, but it could potentially be one of those things where it's like finding Hitler.
Or Al Capone's fault, right?
Yeah. But you never know. The Trump tapes coming soon, and that's payback because, in my opinion, Tom Arnold is great friends with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Arnold has felt a loss to Trump and
Yeah.
needs to get him back. Just as Trump felt a loss from Obama and had to get him back.
Right.
And depends on the time. Strictly time. Just so happened that his plan was perfect timing and it worked out, and look at what payback he got. Now we're all under the toupee of Donald Trump. Sorry, come over.
There are.
I didn't know that his personal doctor had actually said that he had used hair regrowth stuff. I don't remember hearing that because his doctor said that he stopped being able to be his doctor, and they came by, and Trump's people, like his bodyguard, he seems like a shifty character in his own right, showed up at the doctor's office. This is the weirdo doctor, and pulled all of Trump's files and said, "You're no longer Trump's doctor," and that was because he had revealed that Trump was using like Propecia or something like that.
Wow.
Well, you shouldn't reveal anything about a patient if you're a doctor.
Yeah,
That's
I tend to
true.
agree.
Wait, that was his doctor?
Oh my god, yeah.
Man, he's selling him drugs.
Yeah, that's a crazy. That's.
Yeah, remember a couple weeks ago when you were
Here's the
saying
guy.
Trump's doctor might be the head of the veterans, and I'm like, wait, not that guy. And they're like, no, there's a different. I'm like, whew.
This was also the doctor that wrote that letter before the election saying Trump was in outstanding health, and it turns out he was like, no, Trump just had me dictated that letter to me, and it was basically just Trump saying it.
He'll be the healthiest person ever elected president.
Yeah, he now says that he felt like a slave, which, as we all know, is a choice.
Well, in Trump's...
That's been demonstrated.
Man,
You let him make you a slave, weird doctor.
Trump has never done any, like, pass-out, vibrating stuff like Hillary Clinton has. So,
Agreed.
you know, like, sure, he might be old and he might want to eat fast food and he's jet all the time, but he doesn't pass out. He's never... Wait, did his teeth almost come out of some shit one time?
I didn't hear
I
that.
didn't see that.
Yeah, that was his teeth coming out. That wasn't like him having a stroke. That was his teeth. The dentures were dropping. I need more salsa, Betsy.
Yeah, no, Hillary seems like on the verge of a stroke for the last 30 years or so, I think.
Yeah, well, no wonder from the stress of being married to that walking penis. Because you don't get to fuck everybody else. He just gets to fuck people, and you have to tolerate it all the time. And it's not that he gets to fuck other people. It's that, you know, everybody knows that he's fucking other people.
Yep.
And you have to hang out with them.
Yep.
Right.
And that's all these years. My kids have to fucking see it.
Mm-hmm.
You scum bucket motherfucker.
Legally, he is fucking other people. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, everybody in the world knows that.
And that's the Camille Cosby thing, where she said the stress wasn't knowing that her husband was going around sleeping with people, in her opinion, consensually. It was when the world all found out about it. That was the part that was uncool to her. And that's the other half of Hillary's burden, is that everybody knows he's doing it. She knows when she meets women, my husband's already fucked this chick.
That's gotta hurt. That's crazy, though.
And she ruined America.
That's crazy, though, that you would think...
That's also stressful.
Right? That's gonna be a burden.
Selling out the greatest country in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she doesn't give a shit. That's crazy, though, to think that, you know, I don't care that this is happening to me, but if everybody thinks it's happening to me, that's a problem. That's the opposite of the way it should be. You know, if something's a problem, it's a problem. Not if people just think that thing about you.
Meh. Anyway.
They can both be burdens in their own way.
I'll leave now.
Don't do that.
Took a Percocet 12 hours ago.
Yeah, that'd be cool if you did do that. I don't believe you, but...
Nah, I didn't do it.
Speaking of Bill Cosby, Yale took back the honorary degree given to him. I mean, they waited until he was convicted. That doesn't seem like a crazy thing to do. He's lost many honorary degrees. I think he used to get them, like go around collecting them. Oh my God, he spoke at my college when I graduated. Bill Cosby did. I bet they gave. I bet you they gave him a degree that day if he didn't already have one. Because he loves those. Remember on the Cosby Show, he used to always wear sweatshirts from colleges.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Well, he raped people now, right? That's official?
Well, yeah, you can say he is a convicted rapist. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he didn't rape me. Today's a good day.
Bill Cosby, man.
What about it?
I mean, just think about the image you had of him like years ago.
I never
And
cared.
thinking-
I never cared.
I never cared either. But he
I
was
cared.
such a squeaky
Yeah,
clean
there you go.
America's comedian guy.
Like, he's like America's dad, and I was
Wholesome.
a little kid. Dude, we
Yeah.
went from picture pages to the Cosby Show, and we had fucking Jello pudding all the way.
Lil Bill, that was a show.
Who's Little Bill?
My kids used to watch it.
I like Fat Albert, I just realized.
I had Fat Albert as well. I don't think I believed that was him because I think I was too little to understand that people could change their voice that much.
Right.
Right,
So like I knew he did it, but I didn't know he was it.
right. Yeah, that I just realized because Fat Albert is always cool to me, but now Fat Albert is a rapist.
Oh, man.
That really fucking ruins that.
Now it's
There's like
ruined
all
it for me.
those weird T-shirts that you wear. Like I would wear a Fat Albert character on something. I mean, I'd be like, oh, look at that, it's fat up now, mate. Look at that rape.
Yeah.
Albert, I mean.
Right. Yeah, I think Weird Harold may have been my Twitter avatar for a while. Those days are over.
And now that guy with the hat, yeah, Mushmouth talking all sleepy and shit. That's scary now.
Yeah,
I don't like it. Never caught Little Bill though. I missed Little Bill.
the
I
kids
don't know
watch
if
it. It's a later thing.
I think I'm okay with missing Little Bill.
Yeah, you are.
Oh look, there's monsters. They come in all shapes and sizes.
That's really the thing you gotta like teach kids and realize for yourself is that supposedly biblically, the devil is not a guy with red pitchfork and horns. He's a beautiful angel person. So
is he?
It's seductive.
Oh yeah.
So,
Like pussy.
like the sirens of old.
And then they get ya.
Seafaring and yeah.
I was walking down the street with my kid yesterday, and there was like one yellow wrapped individual starburst on the ground. And I was like, "Hey, Candy, let's eat that." And he's like, "Fuck yeah!" Okay, you failed the test bad.
Right. No.
I mean, it was still wrapped.
It probably would have been fine. That's what I told him. It probably would have been fine, but we can't take chances. There's lots of starbursts. We only have one U.
Or re-wrapped after they injected it with whatever.
Yeah, they do that. Mm-hmm. Halloween is a fucking sociopath's
Hey,
Christmas.
Hey, Bill. Welcome to the show. Oh, here we go.
That's deep.
No, it's not. I think it's racist as well.
It sure is.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Question, not a comment.
No, I disagree.
So we are not. How many?
I do not.
Who?
No. It's not based on the cover. It's not based on the color of his skin. It has nothing to do with him going for Trump. It has to do with him being fucking nuts.
Who am I? If you want to, wait, dude.
Yep.
For sure, dude.
What do you mean? No, of course
not,
you would.
He's not a Democrat or a Republican.
I know.
He doesn't understand. He's
I
never,
know.
and he could. He's certainly bright enough to, but he doesn't fucking know what he's talking about. He's probably. That's the impression that I get. If you follow your line of thinking to its logical conclusion, literally the only person I'm able to judge is me, because I can't understand any other race, right? And I certainly can't understand. And let me finish, dude. And I can't judge anybody who's a woman, because I've never walked a mile in those shoes. I can't judge anybody who's older than me. I can't judge anybody who's from a different state than me. I can't judge anybody who's younger than me. I can't even judge people in my own household. We fucking look at people and we fucking have impressions. And do we know them? No. That's why we all have opinions. That's why we don't know anything about each other and they don't know anything about us. But we react. That's fucking human civilization.
And also, to his main point, that has nothing to, the whole conversation has nothing to do with him supporting Trump. It has to do with the fact that he's bonkers. In fact, the Trump thing is like a total side note to him being bonkers. They're totally unrelated.
Right, we haven't actually even discussed that today.
Yeah, we haven't.
Now what?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Get in your place.
People are so ready to get angry at everything. That's really what's the most a shame about what's going on today.
People should work out, I think.
Ease to anger.
Yeah, agreed.
I went to the gym last night for the first time in a long time, and it was a fucking nightmare. It's traffic and all this other stuff, and I'm in the traffic, and I'm like, man, I'm fat, and I'm gonna get gassed out, and it's gonna be hard to breathe, and I got a bet to grow my hair out, and you can't wear a hat in the gym, so now I've got to reveal my baldness. A lot of pressure, a lot of anxiety. I'm like, man, I hope I don't die in here today. And then, sure enough, it was a living hell. And then when that kicked in, where I was like, oh wow, I can't breathe, sweaty, burning. Oh, it's home. That's the thing you gotta do. I woke up today, I'm tired as fuck, but I'm exhausted. Because their gym is, I try to train a little bit lately to get ready to go to their gym. Because their gym is, I don't know how long it goes, 2 hours or something, but you are destroyed after it. You sweat everything you've got out, and that's how they play the game. So I actually took a break. I couldn't do it. I couldn't finish it. I didn't think I'd finish it, but I was surprised I did as good as I could. So that means I got to chip in a little bit every day. I'm gonna go back, get a little bit better, get my shit together. I'm a better person when I do that, which means everybody can be a better person. I now know what it's like to do I just go to work, I take care of my kids, I hang out, I don't go to the gym. Okay, I go in the backyard, do a little bit of exercise. I went on vacation recently, ate whatever I wanted. I know what it's like to just be normal and hang out. I didn't do it for a couple of weeks. I did it for a solid amount of time. And one day of like that proper workout, because you can't, I don't know, maybe some people can once they get to that level, but to get back into it properly, you can't make yourself do what they make you do in there, you know? Because it's just like, God, I'm so exhausted, I gotta stop. But you don't, and then, I don't know, it really gets something, it's not a myth or an actual fact. It means I feel something changed in my body, like everything. I got a bunch of stuff out, and I'm like, man, you got to keep doing that, even if it sucks. And I actually thought about it as I was not going to go after work. I was like, you know what I mean? I'm kind of, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna go.
See, that's the difference between you and me.
But I went kind of kicking and screaming to myself. You know what I mean? Like a couple times, traffic was really bad. I'm like, man, I should just turn around. This is fucking stupid. And I was like, dude, you said you were going to go, and when you said you're going to go, you got to go, so go. And I'm telling you, it wasn't that much fun. Eddie texted me afterwards, like, hey, man, you did good, and hope good to have you back. And I was like, did you have fun? And I was like, yeah. But in my mind, I was like, I'm fucking sore right now, dude. Like, I got wet clothes everywhere trying to quit, you know what I mean? Because I sweated. My car was destroyed from me trying to get out of the gym into the car and back home. So there's a lot to it, but if you don't do stuff like that, you're wasting. You got to add that to there. It makes you more who you are. And if you never did it ever, you might not know exactly who you are. Like I make different decisions after I work out. It's crazy.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's really a bunch of clarity really happens, you know.
Yeah, I mean psychologically, first of all, just feel better.
Then I got a tattoo the other day on my stomach, and it fucking hurt a lot. I've got tattoos everywhere, man. And then like the last hour, I was like, I can't do it, dude. And then we talked about it, and he was like, yeah, if you're in shape, it hurts less. And I'm like, wow, I've done so many months now of not working out that tattoos hurt me more, which really affected me mentally. I was like, you need to get back into, that's one of the things you have. It's like, I gotta stay tough and in shape. That's that's what makes me get up in the morning. Makes you feel good. Go do stuff. You should do it, Will.
You were talking about like saying
you should really work out.
I should blow that off. I mean, you make me ashamed because I'm like, oh man, I would have to walk down the street half a block and I would have to put on my shoes.
But I think everybody does that.
I know.
I think I'm super weird for doing this.
Well, maybe.
But what I'm saying is I'm saying I'm out of the ordinary for doing this. But what I'm trying to tell everybody else that I think is listening is that you're blowing it if you don't add that to your routine. And I don't say everyone should go to Saxon's and fucking blow their lungs out. Just work out. Because my level's different to everybody else's level. I did work out in the backyard. I break a sweat, I work out for fucking an hour and a half in the backyard. But it's my pace. It's not Saxon's pace. Bunch of 25-year-old dudes that are 150 pounds. It blows my lung. I can't breathe anymore, and then I keep going, and it makes my face red. It really clears stuff out. And if you're... you live your life, you got meetings, and you got, sometimes you eat some shit food, or you have too many glasses of wine. You got this thing that you do every day that gets you back at it. I feel like, well, you could do my gym, because my gym is my house, so it's not Kooks. Mm-hmm. It's free, so there's that one. And then you can just do the workouts in the backyard that I'll give you, and you do them at your pace. But you do them for long enough that you get your heart rate up and you get a workout. I feel like you'd be happy walking the streets of Hollywood with all those people trying to attack you.
No, I know that's true. I know that people that...
Well, the offer's there.
work out for 30 minutes a day or whatever. At least get their heart rate up, sleep better, or have
All that shit.
People, all of that beneficial stuff. I know that. The thing that's difficult for me and a lot of other people, I think, is, and this doesn't just apply to exercise, it applies to a lot of things in life, is getting started doing something.
Yeah.
That
No, it's
first
really
step is
hard. No, man, because you're the fucking kook too. Nothing worse than trying to get fit and not knowing how to do it. Like when someone teaches you how to do it, you have to have a personal trainer, or you go to a gym and do some class where everything you do, you know you're doing it wrong. And you're watching the people that are doing it right going, wow, there's many years in this before I look anything like that. Why am I here? Because that's human nature. When you see other people better, then you go, wait, I need to be that? No, you don't need to be that. You came to work out for 30 minutes. That's it. If you want to put an hour in, great. If you can do a class, I would do, if you're listening and you're not a workout guy or wants to lift anything, I would do yoga. Because I just keep hearing how good that is. I guess the only reason that I'm not doing it is because I don't have... I would go by myself, and I would, I have all these other things that I want to do. But if I can't work out anymore, I would just do that.
Mentally and physically, I think.
I would have, because Ryan Hughes, a lot of people speak very highly of it. I think Joe Rogan and all those guys speak very highly of it. It's a good thing.
That and swimming.
Right, all those things. You got to do
Just
something.
like when you were a kid down at the swimming hole. Did you have a swimming hole?
It's a Jersey. Is that a Jersey thing?
No, that's
that's Americana thing.
A hole. That's
I didn't have one. Will did.
Yeah, I had a swimming hole, Carl's Creek.
Cool.
Yeah. There's a rope there you could swing off, and then there were, the snapping turtles and moccasins and stuff. But
That's pretty fucking sweet.
Part of life.
How often did kids get snapped or moccasined?
I don't remember.
They never
anybody.
did.
I mean, people got snapped sometimes.
Oh, okay, that's cool. But that's probably by putting their finger in the mouth,
it's
right?
part of a dare or something.
Yeah, they don't come up and bite you.
Yeah, usually
you got to grab them and poke them and shit.
Yeah, you'd step on one at the bottom and you'd know it was there, but...
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a beach, and it's Wog Rock, which is crazy now that...
That's a bad word.
It'd be like, I'm not going to do it, but it's like N-Bomb Rock.
Yeah.
But in Australia, it wasn't N-Bomb Rock. It was just Wog Rock. Like all my friends that were Wogs would say, meet me at Wog Rock.
Right.
So it wasn't... But it was really engraved, really deep on this big rock on the water down the, on the beach. So it was just named that. I still say it still exists. I don't know how they would have sandblasted it off. It was so deep. But after having that guy here, that actor guy from Australia, seems like that word's pretty harsh. So maybe they blew that rock up.
Maybe.
Oh, I'm sure there are like some town names and stuff that have been altered.
Absolutely.
In America.
There's still some bad ones out there.
I imagine there are.
There's probably a shit town.
Shit town, huh?
Something like that.
Is that where that train is?
Yeah. Trains full of shit go there.
Did anything ever become of that train?
The shit train?
Or are people still just shitting in it?
Forgot about it, huh?
It's the world's largest porta potty.
Okay, this guy might have an angle.
Alright.
Go ahead, Chris.
Hi. Yeah, you guys were talking about Kanye for a while. Sorry, but does anyone get bothered by him not speaking in complete sentences when he's spouting his truth or his intelligence? And I think his new music sucks, by the way.
Thanks, dude.
Does he not speak in complete sentences?
No, he starts stuff and then he never finishes it. That's why it's hard to make sense out of him. That's
So he's like a stony guy.
I think that guy just pointed out the bit that was freaking me out. He starts it and then he just fucking drifts off into other shit.
I think he's thinking about a million different things, and that's all he can get out of his mouth, and that's making him think about something else, and he's just letting it all out.
Well, that's the charitable way of putting it. Is his brain is a fountain. The other one would be, like I've been around stone guys and coke guys who kind of have the same thing, because that reminds him of that, and that reminds him of that, and then we just keep going.
Coke, not stone, I would say, in my opinion. But,
yeah, you kind of keep it to yourself a little more if you're stoned.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he's that guy that works for TMZ kind of broke it down. Like he's just he's just spewing shit because he can. He's like, what if I, with no filter now? What if it's just every single thing that floats into my head if it comes out verbally? What about that? I feel like that's what I feel like it's got to.
The madness of King George.
I'll walk into a TMZ and just go, Percocet! I did it! Starbucks! I'll drink one. You, lady, make out with him! Like why not just do whatever the fuck?
Well, it is a common, not that exaggerated, but a common symptom among people that get famous who are surrounded by people who tell them that everything they do is great.
Yeah.
It's also a common feature of mania.
True.
Was it? What do you mania?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The opposite of depression in a way.
Yeah, you become manic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, again, I don't know. The Madness of King George was a popular movie 25 years ago. And
didn't he get chlamydia and go mad from that?
Probably would have been, my guess would be syphilis, but I don't know. In the movie, they have him being cured. I think in real life, they just sort of beat him into submission for a couple days, and then it picked right back up where it left off, but they just conveniently ended the movie where they shut him up for a day or two. But right. I remember him saying that he finally has a moment of near clarity, and he says, it's become this compulsion. I need to say everything that I think. Everything that I do, I need to act out, and I have no more internal. It's only an external monologue.
That can happen.
He was crazy.
I know a person who's gotten into the habit of trailing off and not making sense and saying really down shit, but it's become a habit for them.
What do you mean?
I think you can just get into habits of ways of thinking. I think they want attention so much. It's an older person, and they want. It's not my mom or dad or anything. It's an older person. I think they want attention. So if they act like they're a little bit nuts or gone, then they get attention from people.
Yeah.
I mean, he wants attention, obviously, right?
He does seem to like it.
So he just lets it all fly. He gets attention.
So it's not a bad thing?
I don't know. Can I watch a tiny little piece of that video just to see what he looks
Sure.
like? Sorry.
We'll play a little bit of Kanye first so that Will can see what the fuck he's talking about first.
That's interesting.
Right, and then he goes over there, and then it breaks off. I don't know what happened after that. Did they hug it out?
I bet they hugged.
I didn't know anybody that worked for TMZ was that smart and articulate, and
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that guy's ever said. But I always thought that dude was cool there. No, he's never been a kook.
Right, but I mean, these are like it's. Let's not pretend that Kanye West is the first person who ever said. I've heard that on rap albums before. Like they enslaved us. Personally, but how long are we going to let them enslave our minds? And then some other guy can say, well, yeah, but the shit that happened back then continues to play out in meaningful ways today. Like, cool, point, counterpoint.
Right.
We're talking here.
Yeah, see, I didn't think it was so much it was like the Trump thing. It was all of it encompassing. It was all, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
none of it made any sense.
And you're right. They're having a conversation, point counterpoint, but also the guy says, "I'm hurt." So that's when you start talking about words hurting people.
But it also, to me, gets into, in a larger sense, if we're just two people on the street having this conversation, not Kanye West and TMZ guy, of the fact that everybody does get so emotional about ideas and about opposing points of view nowadays is when I say this is what I think and you go, well, that is just, I mean, are you trying to murder me here? It's like, well, now we can't have a conversation because you're not capable of talking about ideas without taking them personally. And I have found myself in that situation a couple times in the last couple years, and it's like, yeah, sometimes you can say something that's just like that's just fucking hurtful.
Right.
But when you're just talking about ideas and people take it personally, now we can't even have a fruitful conversation. I'm not saying Kanye West is capable of a fruitful conversation.
What made him get up from the interview and start talking to the whole room? Because that's the bit that I didn't understand. Like, he's having an interview with these two dudes from TMZ, and then he just gets up and starts walking off everywhere, yelling at people about painkillers. Why? Wait, is he gonna cry?
Wow, Tom Cruise. Oh boy.
She hates Kanye.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is Carly's right, but she's still going to lose an argument to Kanye West. That's incredible. You know, this is when I'm at the party, I just go to a different room when this conversation's happening.
Yeah, no, totally.
No, you leave the party. Oh my God, dude.
I feel like I'm listening to a preacher for sure.
Oh my God.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, I'm with guy in the back. I don't think you're thinking anything.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems manic.
Man, this is the worst thing that can happen at a dinner party. I mean, you're all having a nice
I don't know.
time.
I just feel like it doesn't. It's a crazy person, and then tomorrow he can like run for a president or something. I don't. Yeah, well, he's always been good. He's always been good at that. So so if he's going to offer to do that, you take that. That's a guaranteed. You're going to be. You think any of these dudes are doing it because of the fucking what great conversationalist Kanye is? This is a cash money deal. Nobody's take. Well, maybe he made a lot of albums and did a lot of Percocets, and now he's going to TMZ going bonkers. Because that could happen. James Hetfield said he went gnarly when he made the Black Album. Did a bunch of coke, went weird.
Yeah, well, what about when the Ramones worked with Phil Spector and Phil Spector pulled a gun on them in studio? Like, he still banged out the album.
Right?
Yeah. Oh my God, a crazy record producer?
I know, good point.
He might be dehydrated.
Oh, he's dying. He's fucking very thirsty.
Yeah, there's the hug.
Oh, God, but it's a...
but
he is not into it. He's not into it. He's
TMZ
not
guy
into
does
it.
not want the hug at all.
He's not into it.
I don't agree with everything. I mean, I don't know. Like I say, I think they both have, cases to make. But I just, as a person, fully back TMZ guy here.
What's TMZ guys then? We back Van.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we like Van.
Smart.
Certainly, if I'm going out to lunch with either of them, it's not a conversation.
Oh, I disagree. I'm going with Kanye. Yeah, if it's lunch, it's Kanye.
Oh my God. I'd rather bunk with Van for a weekend than go for coffee with Kanye.
I used to be best friends with Mayhem. I could do lunch with Kanye.
Road trip? No.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Nobody brought in road. I said lunch, like in a where there's a door where I can leave. But yeah, I would love to hear this dude spin some bullshit. He seems fun, energized, enthusiastic about stuff. This liposuction thing, men do that?
He said that you guys all... And again, it's so different now that I'm actually seeing the video because I've been judging to the extent that I've been judging it at all based on seeing a couple sentences on TMZ. He said, well, you guys all made fun of Rob Kardashian because he was fat at our wedding.
Yeah.
So much so that he left before the wedding. So
Which
that's what you guys do to us. So, I got lipo.
Yeah,
so
but
you guys didn't make fun of me.
I know, but that to me was like, dude, if I'm Rob, I'm like, man, did you have to tell everybody I left early because I was fat?
He's free.
Fuck, man.
This is what freedom looks like. Freedom
I'm
is
your
messy.
fucking wife's brother.
Free
Don't
thought,
tell
man.
everybody I left fat. Oh, and he didn't leave fat. Like, the photographer didn't take the photo and go, damn, you're fat. He just left. You don't leave. You don't know then, right? You find out later.
No, I thought they said that I thought the implication from Kanye was that Rob was very self-conscious about being made fun of, so he left before the wedding so that they couldn't make fun of him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
Also not helpful that this video says Wendy Williams slams Kanye West for "You look worse than Rob."
Oh, wow. Oh, Wendy Williams did that?
She's got like a fat pointer.
Man, that's kind of crazy that Wendy Williams did that when she got fucking... She bald, wearing a fucking wig with her fucking eyes sticking half the way out of her fucking head with some eye disease. Fucking plastic surgery bitch. Like, you want to fucking roast everybody? Who the fuck are you? You're the biggest clown I've ever seen. I love your show, though.
I think she would say, well, I've been very transparent about my physical shortcomings, which enables me to talk about other people's.
Okay. Well, touche, Wendy.
Well, Kanye said he got lipo.
He did admit it. So we're all...
Everybody-
I want to get that thing from Jude, that doctor where they make you piss the fat out around your belly. I'll do that. I just gotta... Somebody's gonna get me to go there. I'm getting PRP. Are you getting stem cells soon, right?
I get stem cells on Monday.
But you need somebody to get you there?
To where?
You said you want to go to Cool Sculpting?
Well, I don't want to go...
like Kanye's guy with the weed.
No, I want to go to the one that Jude knows because I don't want to pay for it.
I'll
Dude?
I'll bring you the sculpting over here, Jason.
I would assume that it's pretty expensive, right?
I'm guessing it's not free.
That's why I was going to go through Jude's person. Yeah, I know. Wait, why was there somebody... Yeah, who cares?
Also, is it dangerous at all?
I mean, Jude's alive.
Yeah.
That's how I base it. Come on, you can't die from that, can you?
People have died from that liposuction before.
Right, well, this isn't lipo. This is different.
Yeah, Kanye's mom.
Oh,
Or was it it was lipo, right?
Wait, she died from lipo and then he got lipo?
Or was it she was getting
Edgy.
was she getting like a boob job? No, she was getting a boob thing. Tightening her boobs.
Ratchet them up.
Oh, man. Gravity is a beast, right?
Yeah. Chicago's leading boob
You
tightener.
gotta go in there and tighten them up. Mm-hmm. Whoa! Wait! What's this?
That's
Wait, they cool sculpted her chin? See, I don't think you're doing the same... What the fuck is this? Wait! I don't know, man. Back fat.
my underarm fat.
You gotta go to the gym, man, if you got bra fat. Just go to the gym.
Well, I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about, but when...
I thought it got like the bit that you couldn't get rid of.
Right. No, dude, these things always are going to be abused. Right? If there's a pill you can take to make you thin, people are going to take the pill rather than doing the work. That's human nature.
Yeah.
But okay. I feel like what this might be doing is like, yeah, it targets and kills fat cells, and then you like piss out those fat cells. But when you gain weight back, that just means that it's going to go to all of your remaining fat cells, so you're going to end up with a weirdly misshaped body.
Ew.
Right?
Oh, I don't know. That sounds terrible, though.
Maybe they go back and get rid of more fat cells, and then what happens if you have no more fat cells?
Do you
die?
Like one?
Yeah, do you die? Like if you get fat, you just have like a dick coming out of your belly?
I don't know how much fat one fat cell can take, but I thought that was always one of the drawbacks of lipo too, is that they take out fat cells, and so if you do lipo and then you never gain it back, well, that's great, but if you gain it back, well, it's got to go to your remaining fat cells and you end up with weird shaped body. I suspect sometimes when I see some people, more often than not ladies with kind of oddly shaped pudgy bodies, that's what's going on.
Wow. Well, that's still cool. I could see girls that are a little flabby in the back and on the belly. Look, this guy's belly! I don't know if that's really true.
Got rid of most of the belly.
He did, huh?
Yeah, just a little belly.
I don't know where my fat would go if it wasn't there. Well, I'm kind of excited about that. I think that makes me want to do it. Just start eating.
Yeah, and then you'd find out. Yeah.
Your neck is just
huge. That'd be fucking cool. I'd love to have a big fat neck. Man, they do it on people's faces, so it's got to be safe, Will.
Oh, okay. Good.
They've frozen lady's face, so, I mean, come on.
Did anybody ever die from cool sculpting? Can we find out?
Yeah, that is a pretty fair enough. I do actually want to know the answer to that.
Although I will say that...
I might get my chin. I'm getting a bit of a double chin from my fat. escapades. I might get my chin sculpted.
Yeah.
Right? Let's go there, Will. Fuck the gym. Forget about what I said earlier.
Yeah.
Let's get cool sculpting, everybody.
I'm down.
This does seem like the kind of thing that there could be some shady, cheap people doing it. So I would say even if people have died doing this, I'd be willing to listen to the argument that perhaps, well, you just can't go to the bottom of the barrel, people. Because, people have died from butt injections. It doesn't mean that butt injections are...
Right, when they injected their butt with cement, that was the wrong place to go to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Any more dangerous than any other elective surgery if done properly.
Yeah.
But I could imagine a couple of charlatans in the cool sculpting community.
Yeah.
Definitely some charlatans in that game.
You might want to check out the Yelp.
Right. Yeah, make sure they got a couple of good reviews.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I want to check it out because I think that's, when you get older, and that's a little thing I've always had. If I'm not like super shredded, I just have a little bit of a belly. That's just, But I wonder if it would go away.
But you're a healthy guy. You shouldn't mess with any of this shit. This is for people who are like, I mean, really, honestly, what it's for, it's not for anybody except for people who are just obese and they're like, hey man, do something.
Oh, it's not.
to make me
They're showing
look so
people that are
gross.
like just a little, like not shredded, and it made their belly go down. That's all it was. Fat free. It does look scary though. They freeze fat cells, and then the fat cells die,
And then you piss them out, right?
and they never come back. Like, can you make more fat cells?
In the weeks to follow, your body... No, and look, please somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's the downside is your body doesn't make more fat cells. And I think that's one of the reasons if... Oh, wait. No, maybe you can. Because I thought that was one of the issues with people who get really morbidly obese is that your body does make more fat cells. So that even when you start losing weight, you just still have all those fat cells.
I don't know.
I'm out of my depth here.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, people.
I lose weight the old-fashioned way. Vomiting.
Yeah. It works like a charm. Every time.
Got this sweet throat burn. I really don't see. I eat whatever I want.
How are the
On your diet?
how are the those people doing? Are they excelling in the world, or are they dropping off?
I don't see any deaths as a result of cool sculpting.
No, I'm sorry. I was talking about when you're bulimics.
They're doing great.
Are they how are the are they work? Is bulimia bigger than ever, or is everyone getting fat?
I think it's a big deal with like girls in high school.
Still,
Yeah.
I would.
I think it's still.
I'd be interested to know the. Yeah, but everyone's on the phone now, so they don't even care. I don't know. I'd be interested to see if it's more bulimia than ever or less.
Well, that was the thing with like Amy Schumer's movie that came out a couple weeks ago. Actually, I feel pretty.
Well, you can't bring up. That's ridiculous. Like you could have been hot and you purposely eat extra. That's what you are. So I'm sick of her talking about fat people. It's your gimmick. You're like a Seth Rogen, which makes sense because you did a Bud Light commercial together.
It is kind of funny. I was thinking about that. That if you're a guy like Ben Gleib's been in here and been like, I put on a couple pounds, but Ben Gleib is still like doing the same comedy, up for hosting TV shows, just gets a bigger jacket. Like if you're a female comedian and you put on 20 pounds, you've essentially changed your brand.
Really?
I think so. If you're skinny girl comedian and now you're like chunky girl comedian, I think that you are given a different, you've put yourself in a different category in the entertainment world.
I've thought about that because that woman who's on Saturday Night Live, who's bigger, she got married or something, so she popped up on my phone in a news story or something. I started thinking, if she lost a bunch of weight, would she also lose that kind of edge that she has of playing the characters that she does and all that?
I mean, Artie Lang was a fat guy in the movie, and then he got 10 times fatter after the movie came out. I thought he would have been better if he had been really fat in the movie instead of in tip-top shape.
Right. Yeah, it's like the Kevin James thing where he's still big, and Seth Rogen too. Like they're kind of still burly enough that they can play the fat friend or whatever.
Yeah.
Like when you go Jonah Hill, now you can't play the same old roles.
Well, Jonah Hill can do anything because he can fucking lose 200 and gain 200 whenever he wants, apparently. You see how thin that dude is?
Yeah.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Because he was a big fat man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as fat as a human can get.
But I suspect that there are some other bigger actors and actresses. I feel like maybe Melissa McCarthy isn't like as big as she was at her peak, but she can't go all the way to losing it, or else she's in a different category of performer.
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit, did he get in shape?
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. It's
can be
incredible to get that big. That's really it's dangerous big, quite frankly.
And he was when he was a kid. From the time he showed up, he was.
What was the last movie he did when he was the real big fat guy and he had the stubble on his face? That was where he was like. Yeah, that was it. Yep. Yeah, that was insane how fat he was. He was just a chin.
So he just keeps yo-yoing up and down.
I think he's down. No, I think he's tried once and then he went up for that movie and now he's gone back to losing weight. It seems like he's actually pulled it off now. Like he looks fit.
Wow. Good for him.
Fuck yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
So there you go. If he can do it, anybody can do it. Because yes, he's probably using steroids and all that other stuff. He might not be. He actually doesn't look like he's using anything. But he's going to the gym and doing boxing. And he's got himself. I mean, he lost another human, man. Literally, right?
Yeah, and look, he has every advantage in the world. Nutritionist, whatever things he might be doing,
Gotta
that are
show up.
illegal. Yeah, all of these things. But there are also people listening to this right now who don't have the advantages that Jonah Hill have, who've also lost a person. We've talked to hundreds of them over the years.
Totally.
Yeah, so it can be done. So, and look, he doesn't look like he's really roided or anything. He just looks like he's. I mean, maybe he was just really bad eater. Like, he only ate a certain kind of thing and it made him that. Because it just... that's one of those people that can really easily get fat, he looks like. Because you can't, who can do that? Who can get that big? I think you and I would die if we were asked to be that big in a movie. I think our heart would not carry that around.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
It's too late. I think you need to build up your endurance. Like Trump. I think Trump's been doing it, and Trump can continue to do it. I don't want to compare it to Lemmy and Jack Daniels,
can, though.
But it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
How big does he appear to be there to you in that?
Well, I don't know how tall he is.
Yeah,
So if he's
tall.
really short, then he's might not be that big. But I mean, he looked like, what is he, like 5'8", 5'9"?
Let's say.
Well, then he's probably 200 pounds.
In that picture?
Yeah, I mean,
No, he's more than that.
yeah, like
Yeah.
250, 300.
I would say 280. That'd be my guess.
What's he now? Like 160 or something?
I don't know. It's a lot of barfing, whatever it is. Just keep
Boxing, you
barfing. Don't
Boxing.
ever stop barfing.
Boxing.
I did that once. I did the throw up thing for a while. It was good.
Oh, I remember when you were doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no bad, no downside.
No, there was no downside at all.
Great.
No, I looked great. I remember eating like at Bob's Big Boy. I had like 4 meals at Bob's Big Boy and desserts. And I went to the bathroom and threw them up and kept ordering them. And just like Michael said, they taste just as good every time.
So while you're eating the burger, are you thinking, oh yeah, better chew it more so it comes up easier, or
No.
what's this going to taste like coming up?
No, the only thing I learned from my bulimic days was that it was a good idea to eat ice cream before you were going to throw up, or a milkshake. And that helped line the throat with some cold, thicker liquid to help the food come out.
Yeah, it's still cold when it comes back out, yeah.
So it wouldn't burn your throat, especially after you'd thrown up like 4 or 5 times to get that other meal in.
Jesus Christ.
There is a downside to bulimia, though.
No, there isn't. I didn't get one.
I didn't like the... You still get that feeling after you barf of just sort of like that weird, queasy, empty thing.
No, I didn't get that at all. I just wash it down with a Coke and then order another burger and an apple pie with extra ice cream because I've got an idea of that burrito over there and a chocolate malt shake.
Oh, this sounds so nightmarish.
Does it? It sounded like the
does.
greatest day of my life. Dude, I did that and then I went to Supercross and I ate a bunch of hot dogs and threw that up in somewhere and then I was like, then I got high and hung out in the Kawasaki truck and like ate all their peanuts and shit.
So you're throwing up hot dogs and thinking, this is awesome.
Yeah, well, no. I don't... Yeah, I mean, because it's quick. It's easy. Just
All you have to do...
All I had to do is wash this finger and a little bit of my knuckle every time, and because it was just one finger, I just tickle the thing, and they'd be like, "What?" and it would just come out. It was if you do it a lot, it's easier to get it out too.
Yes. Yeah.
So you could just get it to go. And, depending on how hungry I was. Sometimes I was so hungry, man. I'm like, man, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna need to throw up like 3 times to eat what I need to eat today.
That doesn't make sense. You're still going to be empty.
I mean, did you not hear Kanye? I don't have to make sense.
Oh, okay.
That's why I stopped. You know why I stopped? I watched one of those the shows where they give them the ultimatum, they gotta go to rehab and shit.
An intervention.
Yeah, intervention thing where they were saying that this person's throwing up all the time, fucking with their heart. It's gonna stop their heart. And I'm like, wait, throwing up can give you a heart problem? So that's all it takes for my parent. I'm like, okay, I should probably stop doing that. And then I remember there was a few times there where I would do the binge thing, and I'd be like, I'm still hungry, and I just ate so much food. I'm like, you could just throw it up. And I'm like, yeah, but there's that heart thing that they saw on that TV, so you might not. I mean, you could just hold this one in, maybe try to eat some more on top of it. But a couple times I cheated, and in the end, I finally cured myself. I just kept it in there, stayed fat.
I do think it's a solid strategy when you get to a certain age, and even when you're young, sometimes with like drugs and alcohol.
Yep.
When you know it's time to go to bed, and you can just tell this is going to be so bad.
Yep.
It's worth it at that point to try to barf and mitigate the damage for the morning.
Oh, man.
Oh, it comes so easy. If you drink too much, it is not hard to barf.
Yeah.
Have fun, guys. Not throwing it up. I'm going to keep it right where
Well, that means you're going to the dojo. That's what that means.
All right. Well, I ate like 45 minutes ago, so I've got a day.
Well, I need to eat right now.
It's purge.
We'll be back.
So when Andrew told me, oh, Jason wants you in there for the beginning of the show, he didn't tell me he wanted me in here, so I didn't know, so that's why I ran in. So are you still growing out your hair?
Yeah.
I'd heard about that kind of look. I like it.
Fuck you.
No, what? I do. I'm serious. I think that's really good. I think it's
Postmates is here, Betsy.
the right thing for you to do.
Take your word for it.
I mean, he says he's here.
He's probably on his way up. They'll ring the doorbell and then Jen usually brings them in. Some new cakes there.
Oh, that was what?
No.
The levels on that oven sounded good. I don't know how they sounded to you. Still hot. A little bit. Okay. Kickboxing at Saxons.
Yeah, it's like I gotta get back to training with Eddie. I had the plague. Couldn't train. Just like weeks and weeks. And being out of town.
get that Kelly to come over and work out with her, Will.
Okay.
She's motivational.
I was just mentioning to.
If you're behind her and she's doing kettlebell swings, keeps you in the fight.
I was just mentioning to Tully this morning. Every time I see Malice, she's awesome, man. She's really. I like her a lot. She's a good person. I see her in Hollywood a decent amount. You know, hiding in the bushes and whatnot.
I don't think I've ever driven through Hollywood, which I do daily, without seeing her walking her dogs.
Oh yeah.
She must take her dogs on like 3-hour walks.
Yeah.
I never not see her.
Well, she's kind of hard to miss. But, you know, she's around a lot. Screaming at me. I was like, look at this. Oh, shit. I saw the hair. I was like, okay.
Wonder how long that takes every day.
It might not. I mean, you know, it could kind of be still in that position when you get up in the morning. If
You
she
do it
uses,
every day.
if she uses glue, you know.
Takes a fucking long time, I know that.
Yeah, my hair's so damn thin. If I were to do that, I would have to dump my head in concrete.
And she can't, like if you want her to do stuff, she's like, what time? And if it's like anywhere near the morning, she's like, it's not possible.
Right.
She can't put her face on.
Lottery coming back.
Cool.
You want to start in there, Kevin?
Yeah.
And I would say 150, 155, right?
Okay. So we may or may not finish the.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long do we have to read? 2 minutes. That's not enough time. Maybe when Kevin starts, I can go to the restroom real quick.
Are you in that?
I'm saying when Kevin, I gotta do right.
The CD for Top of the Charts is all loaded. I got you on that center fader.
how do you know it's time to switch to Dish and get their award-winning voice remote? I'm glad you asked, Will. If you ever missed kickoff because someone was fumbling with the remote, it might be time to switch to Dish. If you think it's weird that finding your favorite team's movies or show means navigating a maze of menus and buttons, it might be time to switch to Dish. That's because Dish is different! Yeah, it is, because they're making it easier than ever to get to the TV that you love. And with the new powerful Dish voice remote, you just say what you want and it's on, mate. Can I say porn and it gives me porn? Should I get off this conversation on the plug? Hey, with technology like that, it's a better time than ever to switch to Dish. To learn more, call 1-844-CALL-DISH or go to dish.com or visit a local retailer near you. Requires internet connected hopper. Other restrictions apply. For full details, call 1-844-CALL-DISH. Dish! It's tuned into you. Oh, man. Sorry, I got no more buttons over here. Oh, yeah.
This is the Jason Ellis Show on Faction Talk.
It's the top of the charts with Kevin Kraft, bringing you the stupidest Japanese streaming charts in the world.
Yeah,
Man.
what he said.
Yeah, every time that starts, I'm like, we got to get a new one, and then I'm like, no, we don't.
Never.
Maybe never. So good.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kevin.
Anyway, kicking things off with the songs that are burning up the Hot 100 charts,
That's the
starting
pop
with everybody's favorite tree sloth, Drake.
Yeah, didn't he tell somebody to fuck off at the game yesterday?
Oh, he's got beef with Kendrick Perkins, right?
Why? What did Kendrick Perkins do to Drake?
I don't know. Inexplicably stay in the NBA for 10 fucking years without a discernible basketball skill.
Does Drake know that he doesn't play basketball?
Well, he does. He is employed by a team and wears a uniform and occasionally gets to go out on the court. He's just
Oh, okay, my bad.
can't.
The brand ambassador for the Toronto Raptors.
Oh, okay. And was the other guy? Is the guy on the Toronto Raptors?
No, so Kendrick Perkins was talking to a former teammate on the Raptors saying, we're going to come back and beat you this next half as they're going into halftime.
And by we, Kendrick meant my teammates.
Right, because he was in a suit.
Yeah.
Right.
And Drake decided to jump in there and jaw back and forth. And then after the game, Drake apparently called Kendrick Perkins, who's a giant dude, and people think is probably one of the toughest dudes in the NBA, a fucking pussy,
Oh.
and to beat him out in real life.
Oh man, that's a really douche thing to say when you've got a bunch of security and you're not actually going to do that.
Kendrick Perkins is like Green Mile.
Okay,
Shit.
okay.
What?
How many drugs does he need to go on TMZ and talk about Percocets? That's a pretty stupid fucking thing to say, isn't it?
Is the Toronto Raptors, is that a newer team?
Newer.
Sounds made up.
All the new teams always do.
Man, what a bitch. Anyway.
So, yeah, Drake has a song out called Nice for What?
Yeah, that's a great song for me not to listen to.
It's very good. It's
Next.
very, very good.
Yeah.
Next is guy that looks like probably the stinkiest man alive, Post Malone.
He does seem stinky, right?
Yeah, he looks like...
I know. Wow, that's crazy how he does that. Like, even if he had a shower, he'd probably still seem stinky.
He looks like
Even
Andrew
though
WK fell down a well.
I know, right? He's such a bad time.
Yeah, he just looks like a cloud of sentient bad breath.
Right?
He just looks
Yeah,
like
he
that.
is halitosis.
He looks
Yeah.
like your drug dealer scummy friend.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, he makes music.
Ha ha ha! You guys are losers for listening to that.
I like his t-shirt.
Yeah, that is cool.
Got a zombie thing going on.
Yeah, he's a fat, stinky guy, man. Wow. Yeah. He is for sure stinky. For
Yeah.
sure. Anyway.
Big hairy ass crack. Anyway, Nicki Minaj has a new song out called Chun-Li.
Remember I was talking about how I was in Mexico the other day and the dude, you give him money and then he goes, "Oh, no, senor, you're going to give me a $1 bill?" That's what I feel like is happening when I listen to music. I feel like everybody's trying to take a 20 from me and tell me that it's $1, and so I give him another 20. As in, this is a fucking giant scam. Like, I now see... It's too late now because I'm not a consumer and they no longer are aiming at me, but it is all... Like, do you want to buy some fucking Macarenas on the beach? Like, every single thing here is a beach scam pile of shit. She knows it. She's like, buy this, bitch. This is
like
the shittiest song ever. Suck it.
As far as like current hip hop goes, I would say Nicki Minaj is in like the upper echelon.
Which is sad, but probably true. My car's in the shop, so I've been taking Ubers. And man, is it like a job requirement that you need to listen to awful music to drive one of those?
No. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
Gotcha.
great.
Yep, great.
She's really come about, you know? She used to suck, now she's great.
I kind of like her.
I'm joking. It's the same shit. Go ahead.
Meghan Trainor.
Who's that?
She's been around for a while. She did kind of like a retro thing, like a cute pop retro kind of thing that had a couple of gimmicky kind of hits, and I think she's been like writing everybody's hits ever since.
Oh, I've never heard of her.
So you've probably heard all of her songs. All of her songs are like...
Like what? Well, Andrew, give me some of her greater hits.
Something that all about that bass.
Oh, she...
About that bass.
That's all about that cake and chicken is the correct lyrics to that song. But yeah.
She did that song where she says that her name is No and her phone number also is No. Very clever.
Apparently she also has a song just called Me Too.
Oh. Man, why do I feel like punching myself in the penis?
Okay. All right. But yeah, she kind of does this
that
like...
sells it, Andrew.
She does this little girl female empowerment thing.
Oh, okay.
I wonder how she feels about Scrubs.
Yeah.
Now, as a hollaback boy, I'm wondering if she'll go out with me.
All right, I get the... Yeah. So she's got another song that sounds a lot like the other one.
And Express Yourself.
Okay. Oh, wait. This guy... Because I saw this guy in a documentary and I wasn't unaware, but I think people have called the show to say, hey, man, you want to get a deep lyricist? Talk about Logic.
Oh, I thought you meant Marshmallow.
But is Logic... Is he Marshmallow or are they two different people?
Well, the world will never know, but this song will lead us to believe they're two separate people.
Okay.
This is Logic featuring Marshmallow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But hear me out. Wouldn't it be cheaper if he was Marshmallow?
Yeah.
And then he was just like, oh yeah, featuring Marshmallow. My ass.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh wait, Marshmallow's way taller than him. Okay. But that could have just been his friend wearing the marshmallow hat.
It's Andrew.
What about Marshmallow and Buckethead? Can they do a song? Okay.
No, it turns out fame isn't all it's cracked out to be. Thanks, Logic.
Next, we move on to the country charts, starting with Jordan Davis and his song "Take It From Me."
I can hear country music in it. Not much, but I hear he's trying to do the country music and be popular at the same time.
He looks like every chick's boyfriend.
Right?
Kinda. And it sounds like every song at the end of
What
every
is
movie
that?
that my kid watches.
What is that?
Every chick's boyfriend
Right?
is
What?
this guy.
I know, like, what the fuck is with it?
Combed
Like,
back
women?
hair, big beard, and mustache.
Crazy. Anyway.
Blake Shelton.
Yeah!
He doesn't seem to stop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, she's had work to done.
Yeah.
She looks like Kim Kardashian now.
Wow. Right?
Speaking of Gwen Stefani.
It looks like her head is shrinking, but her mouth is staying the same size.
Maybe her mouth's getting bigger. Like they can stretch it all out.
She looks very different.
She looks like she's in the Black Hole Sun video.
She kind of does.
Wow.
I sincerely, I wonder what she thinks of his music, because I always thought that her deal was kind of like being in touch with cool stuff, and then just kind of like Madonna used to do, picking little pieces of genuinely cool stuff and then popping it up a little bit and selling it to people. So I feel like she has taste.
No, Gwen Stefani likes whatever she's told to like.
You might have a point. I think this song's okay though. I think it's a lovely country song.
Well, maybe you'll also
If I get an
enjoy,
audition, is a hell of a thing.
This new song from Hootie.
Oh man.
Darius
Wait,
Rucker.
I feel like I'm like did this happen already? I know, but you guys I feel like they just keep making new songs, right?
Cranking them out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only 2 more of these left. Jake Owen. AKA the breeder at Abercrombie and Fitch.
Fucking douche. He has no escape. You might as well embrace it. There's no way out. Oh. Alright, that's good.
To me, he's like John Mayer. He's like a good-looking guy who is like playing guitar and was like, how can I maximize the amount of women I can sleep with as a result of being good-looking and playing guitar? And that's just all it's ever been about.
He's a family man, Michael.
And the final country song is by Chase Rice.
He has a leaf tattooed on his arm.
He sure does.
Fucking wait, did he have that sleeve cut off so that you could see the leaf on his arm on stage?
Very proud of his leaf.
Okay. What am I playing now?
This is Chase Rice and his song 3 Chords and the Truth.
Oh. Can you really roll around in the bed of the truck still? Oh, okay.
Roll
Then.
around in the truck with him?
Oh. Does it always have to go there?
Hey Chase, wanna wrestle?
I think he's a good lyricist and plays a mean guitar. I'm assuming.
Yeah, he knows 3 chords, allegedly.
Man.
Well, that's it for country.
Thank God.
But you're not out of the woods yet. We move on to the hot rock charts.
Oh no.
These guys are hot.
This is Bad Wolves and their cover of Zombie.
Fuck off, man. I mean, fuck off. Has anybody got a mummy in the house? Bad Wolves. Guys.
And this is a tribute to the recently deceased lead singer of the Cranberries.
That's correct.
Oh my God.
I can't even. He's.
These guys are still doing this voice.
Wait, in the music video, did they get a chick to look like her?
I think they did. They made up a chick in gold with the braids.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
For all the hit songs, Nickelback has... He just...
Yeah, they're pissed these guys got this one.
He could have so many more. Yeah, these guys took one from Nickelback.
Yeah. No, the back is hatching right now. Oh, not yet. Here we go.
He blew it.
All right.
I thought the guy was gonna do the little harmonic riff. Like,
oh, you know, he could do the little...
Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah, they
Fucking POD that shit.
This goes to see how bad your guitarist is, fucking up your cheese ball shit.
Next, we move on to the Kings of the Cheese Balls.
Well, I don't know.
Death Punch.
Oh my god! Like, what the fuck is going on with the world? You coming to the airport with that shit on? Are you serious?
Dude, I read...
Does he have a fucking Tron wristband on?
they're out of their minds. They must have just put out like a greatest hits album or something, and I got the press release, and it is the most like egotistical, arrogant, like once again blowing the world's mind and furthering the concept of rock and roll. It is fucking crazy how far gone these guys are.
Good setup, Michael.
And this is a double whammy, because this is a cover of Offspring.
No! I don't know if I should be allowed to hear... I could probably leave. I think I can get a day off for this. Dude. I can't. That's impossible. That's impossible to listen to. Nobody can hear that.
Well, maybe you'll have more interest in the new Godsmack song, Bulletproof.
Man, when you set up all these other fools before Godsmack, it makes Godsmack look good. Like, at least this dude, Godsmack always, I believe this dude sings like this.
He's actually toned down the hurdy-hurdy.
Oh.
He barely, does it anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I wonder if hearing 1,000 different acts do the hurdy-hur thing made them be like, oh shit, that was really cheesy.
Well, it's been a long time, so maybe he's just like, I sing, I've got a new... He sounds completely different.
Yeah.
His art is evolving.
That's all it is.
Try to keep up with Godsmack.
That's right.
I'm trying, but I just can't.
5-finger death punch. You're all fucking tools, man.
Breaking Benjamin. They're
not
back.
Wait, they're not a metal band? Oh, wait, this is rock
hot
and rock.
rock.
Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah. Wait, hot rock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently that's a chart.
Oh, and then the guy in the back of it is going, wow, wow, wow. Okay, that's good. Alright. Korn wanted their riff back.
But I bet
it's
in
not
the
that
scene,
bad.
these guys qualify as being a little weird.
Yeah. And and at least they're heavier, right? I know you don't like it. Look, I don't like it either, but I'm trying to be open-minded to...
This doesn't offend me anywhere close to what 5-finger death punch does.
Right. Yeah, these guys are like... people. Almost.
Yeah, they just seem like a bunch
I would
of
like to
dudes.
punch 5-finger death punch. A lot. I would like to fight them all. They seem pretty big. Ellis Mania 15. I challenge 5-finger death punch to a fight. All of you versus me.
That one guy have some domestic issues.
Oh, or was there a drunk thing maybe in conjunction? I think they are the I think they're the most annoying band of all time.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Punch. I think because everything is so spread out nowadays and there's so much shit going on, they're not quite as famous as other bands when they were at the height of fame and douchery, but I really think 5-finger death punch is... If the fact that... have you heard the one about... Yeah. Is just another song of
and
their...
for you to still exist after you heard the one about is That's gnarly.
Like they've gotten
That's
more.
really gnarly.
They've gotten more over the top.
And yes, Kevin, you will re-laugh every time you hear "Have you heard the one about?" Because that was in a song that legitimately went like platinum or something. So shame on the world.
Yeah, and he says, "Did you hear the one about?" like 30 times.
Yeah.
He changes it up.
Mm.
Like, goof. God, that's the furthest thing from clever.
People love it.
Really, who's worse?
so.
Who's ever been worse?
The Monkees?
I mean, it hits a little more home for me because I'm a metal guy, and they're basically just, you know, the bitches of metal.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Nickelback isn't. I know Nickelback like tried to suck a dick and play a Pantera song, but I just don't see them as. I mean, they played a metal song to try and get a pat on the back from somebody, but they, you know, what I mean, they're just a hit machine.
I would voluntarily listen to an entire Nickelback album before listening to a Five Finger Death Punch song.
I don't think there's. I'm just surprised anybody likes any. I get why people like Offspring. I don't get one song.
Yeah, they're clowns.
It seems like everything they're doing on stage is really stupid too. All the shit they wear.
Oh my god, he was in that last
It's
picture.
like the dumbest shit ever.
He's wearing his own shirt.
No, they all wear their own shirt, dude.
Oh my god.
It's
Constantly.
like if Hot Topic turned into an actual band.
Yeah.
No, I
Oh,
think that's
what it
that's
is.
very insulting to Hot Topic.
Wow, you're all right. Wow, these people really suck.
Hot Topic have shirts from good bands for sure. Maybe people wear the shirts sometimes for the wrong reasons, but also some kids get kind of cool and find out about Halfway Decent.
And if I know anybody that knows these people, don't tell me that it turns out they're really nice people. I don't need to know, alright? Fuck it. Fuck them. They know better. The world should know better. Doesn't matter how many albums you sell. Why? Alright. That's enough. We've bashed them. Let's move on.
The final song on Hot Rock Charts is by 3 Days Grace.
Wait. Sorry. Or was that it? I know.
Yeah, this is them.
Yeah, I like the guy that's leaning down that's like, look how bold I've got. I respect that guy.
I just get the Canadian thing is so strong with them, and Canadian listeners will know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of great artists. I mean, Neil Young's Canadian, you know, but they're also really good at coming up with artists who are like, oh, that's what's kind of popular. Okay, we'll just do that now. Who cares? Because they get the guaranteed radio play.
Right.
And 3 Days Grace is just like whatever you need us to be. Where they're like the they're the Papa Roach of Canada.
Yep, that's what it is.
Mike Catherwood actually just
Wow, if
texted
anybody,
me-
if Papa Roach is, I don't know who got slashed harder right there, but holy shit, 3 days in Papa Roach, you are in Tully's ashtray.
Mike Catherwood texted me an interesting question. If who's worse, Five Finger Death Punch or Attila? Remember those guys?
Oh, right.
The metal dudes who rap and say, and they told you to suck their fuck. On
Oh,
Twitter?
but Attila doesn't actually have a following, right? I
No, they do.
Yeah, they're not nearly as big as Five.
Yeah, but they're not like nobody knows who they are. People know who Five Finger Death Punch is.
They've got a big
I would say
social media
Five Finger Death Punch is mainstream, right?
Attila have 179,000 Twitter followers. The Punch had somewhere around 700,000-800,000.
Oh, all right, yeah. I guess they are bigger.
656.
So that means-
They're 3 times bigger than Attila.
All right, so they suck worse.
But Attila is twice as annoying, but it still gets edged out slightly by Five Finger Death Punch because of how many followers they have on Twitter. But yeah, it's definitely, they're both bad for society.
Yeah, and by virtue of how big Five Finger Death Punch is, we come, you know, like I can avoid Attila. I never would have heard of Attila.
Yeah. Well, I'm still not. I'm punchy enough to. I forgot they existed.
Right.
All right, well, that's the Hot Rock Charts.
Wow, that was a lot of rock that was hot.
We move on to R&B with Lil Dicky featuring Chris Brown. A song about them trading bodies and stuff.
Why does he always have photos holding up a hand and he has a small penis?
Well, he is called Little Dicky.
Oh.
Does he really have a little dick?
It's a common part of his raps.
Who's rapping and who's singing?
Chris Brown singing, Lil Dicky rapping. Supposed to be like a pretty good rapper, but now he's going kind of joke.
Well, I think if you want to do a rap about dicks, you're gonna get blown out of the water by my boy Mickey Avalon. Because My Dick is the #1 dick song in hip hop.
Yeah, agreed. I don't. Is that true, Andrew? Because I was aware of Lil Dicky a couple years ago as a complete joke rapper. He has a song in a music video that I've watched multiple times called "Let Me Freak." It's really fucking funny, and it just seems like he's actually figured out a way. I met him in the bathroom. I should have looked at his dick here, like
Should've.
2 years ago. And Jason, like, he had just been on Jude's show. And I was like, "You're Lil Dicky. I love your video." And he's like, "Cool, man. What show are you on? Get me on your show." And I was like, "Oh, no, Jason's gonna go for this." I think I showed you I think I sent you the music video.
Really?
And I thought it was funny, and I'm impressed that he is a joke rapper who is now a huge. Based on me writing in Ubers, this song is fucking gigantic. But it's disappointing that you would want to be associated with Chris Brown.
Yeah, seriously.
To say the least.
Yeah.
Just thought of him as a very technically good rapper, but he kind of, at the beginning of this music video, kind of embraces that people think of him as like jokey white guy that makes jokes in his friends.
Yeah.
Does he joke about Chris Brown beating women to bloody pulps?
I know, right?
That is referenced a little bit in the song.
Jesus
What?
Christ.
He's like, when they switch bodies, they then rap as the other person. It became a thing because there's a bunch of N-bombs dropped throughout one of those verses. That was the thing. And then another part of the lyric is, I don't have to deal with all these controversies now that I'm Lil Dicky.
Yep. Alright, well that's disgusting and they're disgusting. Next song.
Next is The Weeknd.
Right, that's a dude, yeah?
Yeah, I don't think he has that bouquet of turds hanging off his head
Yeah,
anymore.
he really needs to. That was a good idea to get that off.
Yeah,
Man, I bet you his neck feels better.
probably.
That's fucking painful, but it's
He's very
just
whiny.
good voice. You know, I hope everybody likes it. I could take him a lot more serious without that thing on his head.
Is he still doing well? Because my little sister stayed with me for a little bit the other week. Her and her boyfriend, one of their friends, they were all meeting up and going to Coachella.
And they're concerned for that dude?
Nobody had any interest in him whatsoever.
Oh,
Why?
wow, because he was like big
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
And he was like one of the headliners, I think, at Coachella, if not at the top, very close to the top of the bill.
Yeah.
And they were all just like planning who they were going to watch other than him.
Oh.
Big song with the two dudes who wear helmets or whatever.
No, that's a great idea.
But he hasn't had the mainstream success in like a couple years.
Man, we gotta get those two dudes in here. I'm joking.
Next
Who's this
is-
chick? She's hot.
Do you just call her SZA? All right, yeah, SZA.
SZA's
I got
hot.
it right.
Ooh. Oh shit. Yeah. I'm not sure if this song could be good or not. I don't know. She's super hot. But I like her voice.
She's on that song with the Black Panther song, right, Andrew? Kendrick Lamar? That's a sweet song.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like her. She's alright.
Yeah, me too. We like her. Let's get her on the show.
Well, let's get
When
your
I say
thoughts
show, I
on,
mean her pussy on my face. It's a joke. Bad jokes. Wait, who's this guy?
It looks like Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter, but that's
Aw.
apparently someone called Black Bear.
Black Bear seems like a cool dude. What's he do?
When he's not making coffee?
Okay. Is he a gay guy?
As a gambling man, I would say yes.
Fucking cool
But I don't
song.
know.
I love this guy. I'm not a huge Gucci Mane guy, but man, this is a great song. This guy's so fruity, it's awesome. I love this dude. He's cool. What's his name? Black Bear.
Yeah.
I like Black Bear's style.
And finally in the R&B charts, this is Ella May.
I like her. I like her face too.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I like people. What happened?
What happened to FO?
What happened to all these fucktards that were hammering me?
The hot rock charts are a good primer to get you into new things.
Okay. Who wrote the lyrics to this? The Chili Peppers?
So we went from Do Re Mi to Badu Badup.
Booed up.
I still
like she's snagged up in a relationship.
I still really like it. I really like her. I like that song.
She's got a good voice.
I like black
song
chicks
didn't
singing,
really
man.
move
cool.
the needle much, but
It's just a fun. It doesn't annoy me in any way, which is so pleasurable these days when it comes to listening to music.
And finally, we move on to the metal charts.
Man, come on, guys. Fucking
Devil Driver.
guy from the Ducati store, this fucking weird ass painted eyebrows. I hate that shit. It's always weird when dudes get colored sleeves with the, I'm a robot man thing. Such a weird look. Well, the other guy's got a red sleeve, and then the other guy's got a blue sleeve. These guys are the colored sleeve band.
These definitely don't seem like sleeves that happened piece by piece.
Yeah.
At least Green Guy.
Oh no! I think they had tattoos, and then they met a colored tattoo guy that was like, "Let me just color in all your shit."
Well, I mean, dude in the middle, that's the Coal Chamber guy. He's been probably tattooed for a while, I think.
Right, or maybe they just because look, his arm wasn't colored in, or maybe they colored in for the cover to make it look like there was color.
It is big in popular metal these days to look like cartoon superhero monsters.
Right. Yeah, I mean, no.
What happens to if one of the guys shows up for the photo shoot in a not black t-shirt?
Somebody else has a spare.
Yeah. Yeah, or you just drop the shirt and go Fat Harry.
Remember Ghost?
Of course.
Yeah,
Ghost is back.
Okay, they got a new mask on. That's a good idea.
Yeah, and they got a new song called Rats.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah,
Sounds super ghosty.
I'm super impressed that they're able to pull that off. They're just such an odd duck compared to all the other stuff that's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, they're cool though.
They sound like a hair metal band with like a really nice Swedish guy singing for them.
Yeah, they're like Blue Oyster Cult with satanic music.
Right.
Or lyrics. Next, Bullet for My Valentine.
I remember them.
Yeah.
You guys are funny. That was a funny joke you played right there. Who's next? Fucking.
Up next is Skeleton Witch.
Yeah!
Skeleton Witch has a new song called Fen of Shadows.
Yeah, I really don't like this song.
Yeah, they have mainly been a thrash band, and this new album sounds more like it's black metal.
Yes. Well, good for them.
Yeah, and finally, At the Gates. They're like a legendary Swedish melodic metal band.
Who?
They've got a new song out called "To Drink from the Night Itself."
Yes. Yeah, I don't really care about that either. Is that it?
Yep.
Wow. Well, look. Believe it or not, usually the metal is the one that I want to go for, but I feel like I'm more of a what am I? What was the segment that we liked?
R&B seems.
I'm an R&B guy, more of an R&B guy these days. Supposed to be
Yeah.
something about 40s R&B, you know, just trying to feel myself.
No, I've been leaning in that direction for a while now.
Yeah, it's like want to be cool, but I don't want to be too hyped when I'm doing it. You know, it's relaxed cool.
I just like listening to it when I fuck.
Me too, Michael. I like listening to it while I send weird fuck videos to Dave the Voice Boys on Snapchat. Man, now I finally got people responding to me. I guess I talked on Ellis about the weird Snapchat that I follow, and now I got people on Snapchat every day saying, "Come on, Ellis, send me the gold." So now I don't know how to send people the gold, so I follow them, and then I just send all the shit of people fucking themselves and all the weird things, because like I get barred on Snapchat for a butt cheek, but there's somebody that I follow on Snapchat that has way more followers than me that just has the grossest stuff I've ever seen. It doesn't stop.
Yeah, I've completely been off Snapchat ever since they did that new format. I couldn't figure it out. And I was
No.
like, all right, fuck this app.
They changed it back. They changed it to be a little bit better, but it was, I'm not giving that one up. That one's got, you can't do what they're doing on Instagram. Those are the most amusing. In the morning, I'm like, has she put new ones up? Okay, she has. I'm like, gather around. If anybody's around, gather around, because you want to see this.
What happened in this morning's Snap?
There was a lot of, they have a one where it's just a girl after girl pulling their top up in a seductive way and the boobs flopping out. It just, like 20 of them.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I sent that to Dave. Figured he deserved a nice one from time to time.
You do the ones where they kind of pop?
Yeah, they get...
Yeah, those are sweet.
And I think
My
maybe
teams do that.
a lady in Mexico doing pee-pees on the toilet and somebody with a camera through the side pointing down at them, and they wipe their butt and then they sniff the tissue and then they stand up and the big dick swings out between their legs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
That's
Snapchat,
a lot
man!
happening in that video. A lot of
Yeah.
twists and turns.
No, because you're like, wait, this seems like not even, I shouldn't be watching this. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Oh,
And
I
there's
see.
a wipe and sniff, and then there's a schlong.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a big schlong, so I kind of evened it up, and yeah, so stuff like that mostly.
Nice.
So yeah, not always good to give her. Am I supposed to take a break? Am I supposed to go long? Andrew, you supposed to listen to me? Andrew,
Yeah, we can take a break.
I'm taking a break. I'll be back.
So we'll be back after the 4.5 minute break.
Okay.
And they're going to be in studio.
Yep.
They're going to go live. Okay. I'm just going to start the cameras now, if that's okay, Jason.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
I was just saying that was very funny segment. cards or whatever.
Yeah, that works. I think so.
Did he die in the first birthday? Brushed by the giant.
So what is our ETA on them?
They are just pulling up right now.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'd say like a story or two, and then it should be good to go.
And then
If it goes outstanding,
You go to
and there's some
47.
kind of great conversation. Yeah.
but let's just say it's like, yeah, cool, whatever. What is
Because that's what it's going to be.
what would the minimum be?
I would say 220. 225.
But just how
15, 20 minutes.
15, 20, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ellis.
Bullshit! Horse shit! Cat shit! Tiger shit! Lion shit! Duck shit! Walrus shit! Penguin shit! King!
This is the Jason Show on Faction Talk.
Jacob Cartwright
Never heard of
is
him.
a 22-year-old man
Yeah.
who lives in Oregon, and
Yeah.
he was a man with a job to do, and that was to drive a truck, specifically to drive a truck to deliver a large truck-sized shipment of potato chips.
Yeah.
And what happened to Jacob is, I think he typed the wrong address into his GPS, but he didn't know it was the wrong address.
Yeah.
So he starts going up a mountain in this remote part of Oregon until he finally realizes he's probably gone the wrong way, and he tries to turn like his 18-wheeler around, and it gets stuck.
Yeah.
And at this point, he has no cell service.
Yeah.
And he's lost.
Yeah.
So he starts walking, and now if it's me, I think I probably walk back the way I came, because I kind of know what happens that way, even if it's very far.
Yeah.
He kept going the direction he was going and got lost in the woods. And
What an
was
idiot.
lost for 4 days.
Oh, but he could go back to the truck and live off potato chips.
That's the thing. When he finally found his way out, he had frostbite on one of his toes and had kidney failure, and it was cold at night. He'd walk all day and he'd like sleep under logs at night. Hadn't touched the chips. And they were like, "Why didn't you eat the chips?" And he's like, "Because it was my job to deliver the
Oh,
chips."
get you. Okay.
Yeah.
The guest here? Suit on?
Kelvin, man.
How are you, mate?
Kelvin, man. What's up?
Wow.
Alright. Put this on. Alright.
Kelvin Gastelum's got a suit on.
Yeah.
Looking sharp, Kelvin.
Oh, you'd
Gastelum.
probably got to do like actual interviews with proper press, not us assholes. I keep forgetting about that. You're probably doing like the. You're going to be on Fox.
Yeah, I'll
Dude,
be
right.
doing this after.
Careful, the last guy who walked out of here sustained an injury
Oh.
over at
Is this place cursed or something?
Why would you? No,
Hell,
it
he was
didn't happen.
fine
It didn't happen here. Fuck.
I'm warning you about Fox.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but don't. God.
Yeah, we put in a hex on it. What you're doing.
Anyway, so you gotta. I feel like you get the toughest fight out of everybody. You kind of get ripped off a little bit everywhere.
You think so?
I just feel like you're like. You knocked out Bisping easy, and he's the champ.
Yeah.
So where's the why don't you just get every belt? Why don't you get a title shot in a middleweight and a welterweight? Why don't you get everything?
I that's the plan. Eventually, hopefully, I win this fight. I get a title shot. I win the championship, and then I want to go and challenge Tyron.
You don't seem very like you're. I think maybe these days a lot of fighters are trying to bite the Conor thing by just being super egotistical with their bullshit, and you just don't seem. You're like. Hopefully I win this fight. Like, I haven't met one person that's come in here in the UFC lately that hasn't said, oh, I am winning that. Like, I have that. Like, even Eddie Alvarez the other day just saying that I'm the best matchup for Khabib. And I'm like, 110% I'm the guy. And I'm like, 110% you're the guy?
Well, it's a lot of people confuse that with being egotistical or being very confident, There's two ends to that.
But you don't seem to. I mean, obviously, you believe in yourself.
Of course.
Right, but you don't have to. You don't come across like you need to tell me that. Like,
yeah.
And it's.
Well, I don't like the trend that's going on with all the fighters.
You're noticing that, right?
Oh, yeah.
You've been around for a while, and you've noticed that it didn't used to be that way?
It did not used to be that way. I mean, there was a few fighters who, like the Diaz bros, who are just very genuine about their emotions in the fights. And there's guys like that, but people are now trying to fake it. You know what I mean? And I don't like it.
I don't think being around. I think the Diaz brothers are awesome, and I love watching them fight. But if everybody in MMA was the Diaz brothers, I wouldn't train. Because I like going to the gym and having fun. I like MMA as a sport, and I don't need to go to the bar to fight anybody. I'm not that guy.
There's guys like them who have to make the fight personal.
Right.
For them to be motivated for the fight. And for me, it's not personal. I see it as a sport.
So what do you do to help change that? Because I feel like that doesn't... Not only is it bad for... like me, is if I go to the gym and I see all these new guys that are... That Bellator guy that's like, oh, I'll beat this guy and that guy. And I'm like, wait, just because you train with Conor, you have to talk this shit like everybody else? The Dylan dude?
That guy wants to beat Conor
I'm like,
so bad.
Right? Like, I'm like, dude, your facial expression. You ripped off his facial expression.
Yeah.
You gotta be your own man, especially if you're in the game.
You look at those things and you kind of cringe and you're like, come on, man.
Right, because you I mean, he's been around a long time, long enough to know that you could just be yourself at this point, man.
Yeah.
You're in the clear.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm sure you had idols coming up in MMA that you...
Yeah, I had role models that I looked up to, people that I look up to.
Right,
George St. Pierre.
Right. Do you think that at one point you might have been at the gym younger, looking a little bit more like George St. Pierre until you found yourself? Or no? Never?
No. I don't want to be George St. Pierre. I want to...
No, I know, but when you were younger and coming up in the game. Like, I feel like when you idolize people in your sport, you might feel like you want to look like them a little bit until you evolve to yourself.
Okay.
Did that ever happen to you or no?
I don't think so, no.
Because you don't look like anybody else.
Yeah, no.
At all.
No. I don't want to look like anybody. I don't want to act like anybody else. I want to be me.
It's working out for you.
Mackenzie Dern, have you ever imitated George St. Pierre?
No. Not George St. Pierre, no.
Who did you imitate when you were coming up?
Well, like my one UFC fight I had. No one really. Just tried to be Mackenzie too.
Okay.
Don't you have a nickname, Just Mackenzie Dern.
See, I feel like maybe...
Yeah, I don't even have a nickname.
Good for both of you.
Right.
Half of them are cool and the other half are a little... You should go back to the drawing board.
Well, I never got, like, the hitman. I don't know if I can be the hitman.
No, don't be the hitman. But the Pitbull is the worst one. I'm like, dude, if anybody called me the Pitbull at this day and age, I'd be like, really? There's like 20 big name ones and then like 500 little name ones. You can't do this to me.
Or the brown beast. That would be the brown beast.
Oh, okay. See, then you're gonna lay off that one too.
Yeah.
Everyone just, let's all different walks here.
But the guys are easier to have nicknames, I think. Girls to have nicknames has to be like delicate.
See,
or like me. I don't know. It's
But that gets more range. To me, I think girls can be Pitbull because there is that, or you can be a cupcake. So that's more
Yeah.
range for girls. You can be
Yeah.
like, oh fuck it, I'm the lioness, or
lioness.
or I can be the fruit tingle. Doesn't matter. They go, aw.
You could be a tough cookie.
Yeah.
There is it. You're right. You can be a tough cookie. So, Mackenzie, I don't know that much about you because I'm a dude that likes to punch people in the face, and I do jiu-jitsu because I have to, but I don't really like it. I'm too old, and every time I go, I wake up tomorrow and I don't know why I'm sore, and it's kind of like one of those...
Your fingers get sore?
I shouldn't have done it. I used to be a pro skateboarder, so I have all these injuries, and now I love MMA, man, and I'm like, I know my worst bit is the ground, so I do it all the time because I want to improve, even though it's not really gonna. I'm not gonna be like displaying it anytime soon. But
You never know.
One day you might fall there, right on the ground.
You never know.
I've had a couple of fights, but I'm old, and I can tell. I had a fight how long ago? Like a year ago.
Yeah, probably about that now.
And it took me 6 months to like recover from it. Like I won the fight, and I was like, "Yeah, man!" Back in the gym, and I was like, "Ooh," and I'm like, "Oh," and my coach is like, "Man, you just lay off for a little bit," and then I kind of collapsed into a pile of fat shit, and like just sort of I rebirthed myself. I went to my coach train last night for the first time in like 4 months. So when that tells me, you guys with your banging shins on each other and all that, I'm like, it's over for me.
Yeah.
But for you got all this. I mean, you have to learn not so much. Mackenzie, you got the biggest struggle because you're a jiu-jitsu person and you're very, very good at it. I saw a video. I did not know that you beat Gabby, and I personally don't like. I'm not saying I hate her. I just say I don't like her because I don't like people that are very giant and beat up on little people. And when someone told me that she was a jiu-jitsu world champion, I assumed that she was always beating up other jiu-jitsu champions of the same size. So I did not know that she was beating up on Mackenzie, who looked like a fucking toddler on her ankle.
Gabby Garcia?
Yeah,
It's hard to even find guys her size, honestly.
Right?
Yeah. She's bigger than a lot of guys.
Well, that's what happens when you do too many steroids, in my opinion, and I can say that because I don't go to I'm not going to her gym, and I'm not going to get beaten up by a bunch of Brazilians. I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I'll say it all day. Look at all the photos of her. She's jacked, she's fat, she's skinny. You're on fucking steroids. You've used steroids a bunch of times in your life, and so has all your friends. So I don't trust you. That's the way it is.
Hey,
Mackenzie, you don't look like you've done any of that stuff. And I said to Tully, I was like, look, they commented on your first fight about how you're not that good at stand-up, and I was like, being from a jiu-jitsu background, I don't think helps people be excellent strikers, but it's been proven 1,000 times that jiu-jitsu people can learn how to be amazing strikers, like the guy that you're going to face, because he's a jiu-jitsu guy who became a really good striker. Yeah. I'm scared of that guy. I feel good about it if I was you, though. I'm scared, but if I'm you, I'm not that scared. I think you've got it. I think you've got everybody.
You think I got it?
I think you've got everybody.
Oh, I appreciate it.
I really do. I think, like, who the fuck is... Who's stopping you?
I
Bisbee looked like he was asleep before he was asleep.
Yeah. That was bad. I landed behind. When he went to the ground, I couldn't see his eyes, and his arm kind of moved like he was standing up. So I kind of threw in a couple punches that I probably shouldn't have.
I know, but you still. I mean, he would have done it to you. That's
right.
If we all know he would have done it to you. If he was here, he'd be like, "Hell yeah, let me try and do it right now." but he's still. You know, that's the game, and you can tell you're not that guy, dude. You're not a extra punch guy when the people are asleep.
I'm not Dan Henderson, no.
Even though I'm that's the first gym I ever trained at, and he's such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And when he did that extra elbow, I was like, man. At the time, I was like, yeah, because I love Dan. But watching the video again, I'm like, dude, on your way down, Michael was not.
Yo, when it happened, I was jumping up and down like, holy shit!
It was very American too, because the Ultimate Fighter did the American English thing. Right. So Bisbee kind of started a fight with somebody who doesn't really want to have a fight or an argument. It's Dan. Dan doesn't care.
Right. And
now Dan is America. So now America gave you a crushing elbow.
If you remember that season, he was getting on Dan's nerves the whole entire season.
Right. And Dan doesn't argue good.
No.
Dan was just like, I'm going to save it for later on.
And
boy,
here
did he.
is what I saved for you.
So, but what I was going to say, Mackenzie, your fight, you might not have been the sharpest striker in the world, but you were fucking going for it. You got hit and you were brawling, so that tells me that all you need is like more time to perfect the striking, but you're not afraid to go, that's for sure.
No, definitely. I have heart, you know. Like
Yeah.
I'm not scared to fight, you know. And I'm always saying that when they know that you come from jiu-jitsu, you take one step forward, and the people normally they take like 10 steps back, you know. So
Oh, okay.
I need them to respect a little bit, not to respect, but to think about my hands, just to set up a take. I don't want to stay like fighting standing up, you know.
No,
I'm
it's
a
very
dominant,
smart.
you know? But when I just take one step forward, they're already like running around, you know. So I need them to think a little bit about my stand up, you know.
Absolutely.
And I mean, it's getting there. I'm not trying to be like a Joanna, you know. She's just like so fast, her stand up and everything, you know. I'm always gonna represent jiu-jitsu, but yeah, it's MMA. If I wanted to stay in jiu-jitsu, I would stay in jiu-jitsu, you know. So I came to MMA to get like, not to get punched, you know, but you know, to be in a fight, you know.
Well, you
so
did come to get punched. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
you were all. I mean, you want to go the UFC. Like everybody who's in there is the best of everybody. Like all the people I know that go to the gym that are like, one day I hope to make it to the UFC, not to get a belt, just be in it.
No.
And you're in
they're
it
the best.
with the killers.
That's the best.
So your face is
Yeah.
gonna get punched.
Well,
Yeah, for sure, but you know.
But I don't see after you fighting that big giant steroid man. I don't see like anybody being that scary in the UFC.
Wait, you fought Gabby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You know, I fought her
I
like
didn't know that.
10 times. She beat me like 9 times, and I beat her on the last time.
Oh wow.
Oh
And
wow.
she stopped. Before, when she beat me, she was like, not my friend, but she was so nice to me. And then when I beat her one
Whoa.
time, she like hates me.
Yeah, because she's a cheat and she can't handle. That's what cheaters do. They get bitter. You're a sore losing cheat.
Holy smokes.
Sorry,
And you
not
know
a
what?
fan of that person.
I
Look at that! Look at.
I
Man, I'm sorry,
disappeared
but
a couple times, you know. I disappeared under her. You can't see.
yeah, I mean, just to know that like you've got like her number one thing right there is to just keep weight on you.
Yep.
And she has 3 times your weight, so it's like, and she's looking over to her coach. She's right.
You know, actually,
Kelvin's looking at this like I've never. It looks weird, right? Like Brock Lesnar looks small. When
Brock Lesnar against Mighty Mouse.
Right, that's what it looks like.
It would look far more normal if
Right.
it was the two of you having this match.
Probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeez. You know, I correlate what you said. I thought when she was winning all these world titles, she'd be fighting girls her size.
Me too, right? Well, that's what you just think. Like if you see Abu Dhabi world champion, I'm like, well, then you're what's his name? That's the UFC. Man, why am I blanking out? Abu Dhabi world champion, the heavyweight fighter.
Fabricio?
Yeah, Fabricio. So I figure Fabricio, all the people that he beat to get that title were his size.
Yeah.
And I believe I'm correct when I state that.
Yeah.
Not this one.
Not in this case.
Gabby is fighting midgets. That's her whole career. Is everybody I fight is way smaller than me in a fight where I get to use my body weight.
but she's in MMA now too.
Yeah, she's terrible.
Reason.
She's and it's another thing. As I said, I hate to make this about me a little bit, but I do that. But my fight, well, I'm a shitty celebrity, so they get King of the Cage gave me a fight where they're like, you can pick from these 5 guys, and there was 2 of them where I was like, these dudes can't punch. He's like, I know, it'll be a highlight reel. I'm like, a highlight reel? What about the dude? Like, you just want me to kick him in the face and it's a highlight reel? This guy's getting fuck all money to get killed by some jerk off. I'm not doing that. I want a guy that you think can beat me, because I'm not here for a highlight reel. That's mean. Like, why don't we just go to the train station and beat up some kid?
They don't care. Yeah.
Right?
No, it's okay. Go ahead, beat up on them.
Yeah, you can't beat up on them. You've got to have
I'll pay you to beat them up.
You've got to have a real fight. See, look, Kelvin, there's me really losing. I was really losing.
That's you.
That's
Oh,
me.
wow.
Yep. And I came back.
You're fighting a beast yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah. He's a big fat person. We were 2 big fat old men duking it out.
You know, but like jiu-jitsu, you see at the tournaments, they have people like 75 years old competing.
What?
MMA, we can't do
Okay,
that
okay.
forever.
How can you do jiu-jitsu when you're 75? How's that dude's limbs in the morning?
Not even just like training, they're competing with adrenaline, everything.
Okay, can you explain to me, can I, as a 46-year-old man, can I do enough jiu-jitsu where I don't become crippled?
Yeah.
Because I was always under the impression
you
that
can.
to keep going, everyone kept saying, like, if you keep going, because of all your other prior injuries, you won't walk when you're older. And I'm like, well, that's not a good idea. Yeah. Maybe I should lay off that. But now, Mackenzie, you're saying that if I do more this
You'll
might
learn
even
how
help
to
me.
move. You'll learn how to move, where your body can go. Right now, probably your body is going like you're pushing your body one way when really you should be going the other way.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. That's what I do.
Your arm goes this way, but it really should go that way. You're like probably messing up all your joints.
It does seem like there's a little bit of a, I don't want to say yoga, but in that it's like fight yoga for some guys.
Jiu-jitsu for sure. You need to know your body. Like
where it's starting to
awareness of your body.
See, I think the difference is, Mackenzie, is I'm when you get older, you still have the age that you have your brain. When you get my age, your brain will still think you're the same age. So when you pull my arm, I go, yeah, that doesn't really do anything to me because I'm still 25 in my mind. But what I don't know, that 46-year-old shoulder just went ping, 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 ping.
You see the white belts? I get more nervous. I'm a black. Right. I get more nervous to train with the white belt because even for defense, they do crazy defense.
I am well aware of that.
They don't even know that they're gonna tell. Like they don't know the injury that they can come. They just start going crazy, and they get out of it, but they don't even know how they got out of it.
Right. Or even people that are just beginning how to strike. They throw so wild and so off rhythm and off beat that it makes confuses me, and they're like tagging me because I'm like, what is going on?
I fought 10 people in a row, and it was, some of them were UFC fighters, and then the next year the main event failed, so I fought another 10 people, and they were just fans that I picked out of the crowd. What? And the first guy that I fought was like a really big muscly guy, and he just I don't know, he just threw wild punches, and one just caught me, and the ref is counting, and I'm like, wait, what? Oh, you're joking me. I've got like 12 more dudes to fight, and the first dude just knocked me out. So then I get back up, and I'm trying to fight this dude, and I couldn't see because he was doing these punches where they were like weird.
You're fighting 10 people.
Yeah, for Ellis Mania.
What is going on there?
It's like a comedy boxing event that I do every year.
Okay.
And it didn't always plan that I got hurt, but it escalated. Then the main event would be cool if I fought other people, and then Tully, I think your idea, because it was the movie, right? You saw the movie.
Did you ever see Digstown, the boxing movie with Lou Gossett Jr.? He fights 10 guys in 24 hours.
Shoot, no.
You guys are too young. Yeah. It's like 70s movie or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's about 10 years before you were born. It's
when you look at it, you'd be like, I'm not watching this. But so anyway,
this is the big muscular dude.
Well,
that's Uriah Faber.
Shut up. It looks like. Oh yeah, it is. You fought Uriah Faber.
For 1 minute, and then I fought like 9 other dudes. It's straight. So I was already kind of tired.
Look at you moving well too.
Okay, I got him to take his hat off.
Hey! Oi!
I love the Kelvin doesn't see. You're gonna see me get beat up in a second.
Let's see. Nice.
Man, how cool.
Hey, man, you're moving well.
Not so much.
Hey! Oi!
I like watching
battling out.
Yeah, it was the highlight of my life. Yeah, we had like a brawl.
That is badass.
But the best bit I had, my corner man was Dr. Drew Pensky, and he doesn't know anything about fighting. And I was very, very tired after fighting, I think it was Forrest Griffin or somebody before him, and I had my head down with my hands on my knees, and Dr. Drew Pensky had the ice pack on my back. Because I told him, do this. Ice my back and shake my arms out. And he didn't know how to do that. But so I'm like, just put the ice on my back. So I got the ice on my back, and I'm looking down the mat, and he goes, okay, next guy's gonna be sweet. It's no big deal. He's got jeans on, so it should be easy. And I look up, and it's Uriah Faber. And I'm like, God. Drew, this is not easy. But yeah, you should go watch it. Dana won't let you fight, but you can come watch.
How crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. You slugged it out.
A little bit, yeah. Nowhere near as much as you have, my friend, or you. You guys are on another whole level, and I'm excited to see you fight. And I don't know why people say that you got this weird accent thing, because I got you figured out. Your accent changed because you moved to Brazil. You got a Brazilian boyfriend or something?
Yes.
See, I knew it. Without even figuring that out, you got a Brazilian boyfriend, you jiu-jitsu all day with only Brazilians, and you start talking like them because that's your family. And you left your family to be jiu-jitsu. Or is your dad like your dad is first time he's going to watch a fight, right?
Yes, first time.
Because he was okay with jiu-jitsu, but now you're getting kicked in the face. He doesn't want to watch that.
No.
Totally understand that.
Yes, he doesn't want to see his little girl getting punched in the face.
Has he met Dana White yet?
No.
Good. I don't think he should. Because hear me out. Because I think Dana White, he wants you to do well. He wants you to be famous because, pretty and all that stuff, and that's going to be great for him. But he also is going to give you a monster that's going to try and kill you in front of your dad.
Yeah.
He's not a nice person. Because at the end of the day, it's if you lose, he's gonna be like, hey, too bad. Like, hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah, right
Mackenzie's
now
dad.
they want people to take you out, you know?
Right.
Everyone wants to see who will make you lose. It's always like that.
Do you feel that a little bit because the hype train's on you a little bit? Is there other girls that get peanut butter and jealous and want to knock you out?
I think all the girls want to beat me up, you know?
You-
Like, man, I just got here
When
now.
you say you think, or is there anybody that's like, fuck her with her jiu-jitsu, I'm gonna kick her in the face? You haven't heard that yet?
No, but I heard, like, people, how is she, like, already here and I train way more than her, you know, stuff
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Like, little stuff, you know?
Haters.
Yeah, because that really is a, if you want to be there, I mean, I'm in it enough to know I know how to get there. I mean, I don't have the tools to get there, but if I did, I'd know how to get there.
Yeah.
So don't bitch about her getting there. Like, just do your thing, man.
Exactly.
Because Dana White, once again, if you're doing your thing, he's gonna find you and put you in there.
Absolutely.
Because they seem like they're desperate for new talent. Really.
I've never met Dana White ever.
Wow!
So, yeah.
Really?
Like, people talk about...
So
like,
who
I've
signed?
never met...
So who signed you?
Sean. I was a Sean. And then Mick after.
So this one, he would be at this event. So has it just been you haven't been around when he's been around, or he's
no.
never even gone into the locker room to wish you luck or congratulate you on your victory?
No, not yet.
What a prick! Kelvin, you've got his phone number and you talk to him all the time, right?
I do have him on speed dial.
That's right. Yeah, that makes sense. Are you lying or are you serious?
No, I have him on my phone.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
He should answer the phone at all times when you call. If he's a smart businessman. That's a money ticket. You don't.
Yeah. Well, over the years, he just gets so busy. But I used to have more relationship with him.
He is a very busy man, right?
Yeah.
I've he's texted me several times and always got back to me about tickets and stuff. And every time I won't do it anymore, but I always used to say to Tully every single time I would do it on the radio. Okay, I'll ask for tickets. Do it, dude. He talks to you. Okay, I'll do it. Yeah, man. How many do you need? I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Every time.
Still
to
when
this
I started
day.
fighting in the UFC, I would hit him off for tickets myself, and I'd be nervous, and he would respond and be like, "How many you want?" All right.
Yeah, every time. One time he forgot after he confirmed that I did have tickets, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm in town. They don't have my tickets." Oh shit! Hang on. and then I got put front row, like they gave me 2 seats for me and my wife, and like, "Here's your tickets." And I'm like, "Oh, he fucked up and took care of it."
Nice.
So that dude is awesome.
Yeah, he is. Dana's pretty awesome. If you get to know him a little bit more personally, he's actually a really cool guy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I've never. I can't think of anything that I appreciate a man, especially when you're that high a power, to still say what you're thinking.
Yeah.
You know, because it's
yeah, for sure.
It's a rare thing, and I always felt like that was the reason he gave me the time of day. Because at one point he was like, "You should do UFC radio in Vegas."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, sure, for $1 million." He's like, $1 million? What are you, fucking insane?
Yeah,
I'm like,
that's crazy.
That's how much you're gonna pay me to move to Vegas.
Wow.
Right.
Because I'm not moving to Vegas.
Yeah.
That's how I got out of
Be
it.
worth it, right?
And then he said, "Wait, are you saying that so that Sirius will give you that?" I'm like, yeah. That, I mean, come to think of it, yeah. He was like, "Well, good luck with that."
Yeah.
So that didn't work out, but yeah. Anyway,
Where were you from?
Australia originally.
Where in Australia?
Oh yeah, we're gonna go. Where have you been?
Perth, Melbourne, and Sydney.
Melbourne.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you do there?
Seminars, jiu-jitsu.
Oh, teaching people. Everyone in Australia is trying to choke everybody out now, huh? They're all jumping on the American thing.
Yeah, kangaroos, you know.
The what?
The kangaroos.
Oh, did you hang out with kangaroos?
Yeah, I went to one place. They had tons of kangaroos.
Did
But
you-
Perth has a lot of sharks, no?
Yes, they do. That's where I met. I went to Perth, did skateboard demos there, and I met a guy that invented he invented the Perspex thing they put under the water where people go in it so you can film and you don't see the cage. And he's like he was attacked by a 16-foot great white, and he was telling me the story in his shark museum.
No, thank you.
And he's telling me this whole story, and I'm like, "Wait, is that you?" He's like, pulls his shirt up and shows me this big. Like the only reason he lived is the wetsuit held his stomach in after it bit him.
Wow.
16-foot great white chewed on him.
I heard everything kills you in Australia. Is
Yeah,
that right?
No.
I don't want to go. I keep getting invited.
No.
I don't want to go. Everything kills
No,
me.
I'm pretty sure UFC 224 is going to be a little bit more dangerous than Australia.
And I know, right? Like, what do you mean you don't know? Jacare is way more dangerous than Australia.
If I have to choose between taking a vacation in Australia and
Versus taking a vacation with Jacare?
facing Jacare, I'm pretty sure I know what's going on.
You take the vacation.
I'll take my chances with spiders.
I think I'd rather swim in Perth with chum pants on than fight Jacare. But that's like I said.
Jacare is a scary individual.
He's the man. To me, it's he can have the belt. You can have the belt.
Yeah.
Poopy Pants can have the belt. Rockhold could probably have a belt. You know what I mean? All these guys could knock out the other guy, and I'd be like, yeah, man, that's incredible. So
I wouldn't be mad. Yeah,
you are on the top of the top, my friend. It's an honor to meet you.
Thank you. Likewise, it's been an honor to be on your show, man. Thank you.
You're a sweetheart, Mackenzie.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know that anyone said you're an asshole, but I think I really did like you more when I saw you beat up that big steroid lady. She deserved that. She got penalty, didn't she? Because she cheated.
No,
weird, right?
She cheated.
Constant.
That's
no,
right.
but she was asking for points.
Yeah, cheating.
And you can't talk.
Just like her friend Cyborg. It's her best friend.
Yeah, they're good friends.
Very, very big people. I'm just saying. Very, very large lady who's best friends with another very large lady who cheats a lot. And do the math, maybe you got some cheaters in there. I don't know. Where's the honor in the sport,
Right.
Kelvin, look at you.
What about me?
You're not on roids.
What about me?
What do you mean? What about you? I can say, look, I'm a little bit fat, and even when I get in shape, I don't look like like Luke Rockhold. He's a fucking asshole. He looks like a model,
I know.
And I bet you when he's out of shape, he still looks like a model.
Yeah.
When I get out of shape, I'm a fat dude.
I'm the same.
Right. So that's why when you win, I'm like, come on, short fat guy.
Yeah.
That's me.
I'm doing it for all
Man,
the
you're
short fat
fucking
guys.
kicking ass, man.
Hell yeah.
Faster, making everybody look bad. I love Tim Kennedy. He made him look bad.
Yeah, I like Tim Kennedy.
He is a really great person. And I
Yeah.
was like, man, they're really making him look bad.
Yeah, he was a tough fight, man. When I saw him against that on the other side of the cage, I was like,
gigantic, right?
damn. Yeah, he's a big dude.
But what about Jacare? Do you think goddamn as well?
I gotta see him across the cage, and then I'll be like, maybe.
Is
that part of your pre-fight ritual?
Yeah.
Is this a more nerve-wracking fight, more pressure? Do you have more chance of victory than Bisping, or how do you see it?
I think this is a tough fight. Just because of the style that Jacare brings. If he wants to wrestle and grind me and use his jiu-jitsu, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough night. Where if he wants to stand and box, then that's where I feel a little bit more comfortable.
So you don't think that your wrestling can like nullify his jiu-jitsu?
Yes, I can. Yes, I do.
Right, but you're more guaranteed that your stand-up is you can work your angles and just stay out of his way.
Right.
Because he's still a little bit stiff. He has got way better, but
yeah, he has gotten way better. He's kind of slow, and he doesn't have great footwork. But he comes forward with power. Right.
And he's a very tough competitor for sure.
Oh yeah, no, he'll throw hard.
Yeah, I can't think of anything worse than the Jacares and the Mackenzies that just get on you and start drowning you.
I think it's a jiu-jitsu thing, maybe. No, like we just try to throw power.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I think a power. Look, if you try to like jab me a couple times, you're not going to get me to flinch. Yeah. If you start throwing heavy hammers at my face, I'm gonna start blinking a little bit, at least the first couple, and then maybe you can get a leg in the middle of that. Because especially if I know that you're jiu-jitsu guy and you're just measuring a couple of jabs, I'm like, I'm not. All I know is you're not touching my fucking leg. That's all I know.
Exactly.
So wherever you can do whatever you want with your hands and your feet.
Not with Jacare. I mean, he's his last few fights he's been trying to knock people out.
Yeah. No, I think Anderson. It seems like he trains a lot with Anderson and has tried to get a little of the striking off him.
Okay, I'm not sure about that, but okay.
I don't think you need to be that concerned. I like your. I think you don't study the shit out of him, right?
I mean, I watched his last few. I only watched his last few fights, his most recent fights.
Yeah.
To kind of see to see his most recent fights, what his reactions are and what his mannerisms are.
Do you watch it a lot, or do you just watch it like once or twice?
I'll probably watch it once or twice.
Oh, so you're not scrutinizing it or anything. You're just like, I get it, kind of.
Yeah, I kind of get a feel of how he walks out, what he does when he walks out, when he enters the cage, just those little mannerisms.
Huh.
In general, for both of you, I've never really wondered about this before. How much do you think it really carries over? How often do you get in the octagon and you go, yeah, this is the person I watched video on, and how often is it, oh, now I get it. I saw the video, but now I really get it in person. Does it really tell you as much as you might think it does?
Not really. Not for me.
Yeah.
Just because every fight is different and anything can happen. And the way you expect in the fight is not what actually happens in the fight ever.
Yeah, preparing for a fight and knowing that they're going to be a certain way would be a bad game plan.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you got more confidence if you're...
just ready for anything.
Yeah. Seems like Fader in his prime was that kind of guy where
Right.
where people would say, are you going to train? He's like, no, I don't even watch anything. Like, I'll make my adjustments when the fight starts.
Right. Or
And I'm
somebody like Cowboy who says he doesn't watch any fights.
Yeah, I
Right.
don't watch any fights.
You don't?
My coach is the one that watch. They'll send me like clips, and honestly, I don't even like to watch. Really, I prefer like, they tell me like what they say. Like, okay, she's doing this, so let's train this, just in case.
Do you think that maybe that's because you're newer and that when you build more confidence that you'll be able to see, they'll show you more of it? Because it seems like maybe they're trying to hide you don't want to see worst case scenario, you want to see best case scenario. Do you think they're doing that for you?
No, but I think that it's because I'm new, that they're just trying to make me the best me, like just try to create me, have my own style, have my own style of fighting,
Yeah.
Maybe when I'm fighting for a fight or something, like a belt, a title, then we'll start to like really look at the people. I can see like, look at someone and say, oh yeah, she does that. Right now, honestly, like, I don't see it too much.
Right. Well, for most camps, you as a fighter, you want to focus on you and you want to focus on what you're going to do in the fight and try to implement what you're going to do and not worry too much about what your opponent's doing. Because then it's just you're worrying too much about what your opponent's doing and it just kind of messes you up.
Like, be aware of the strengths,
absolutely.
weaknesses, but not like crazy about it.
Right.
I think.
Right, so you're fighting a guy that's like, that he or she's strongest asset is a particular thing, so then you will train for worst case scenario.
Right.
If you have to, just so happen to get into that pocket you don't want to be in.
Yeah,
Correct.
but if you go to do like 10 people in one day, how are you going to prepare for that?
Right.
You have to just be the best you possible,
Yeah, no, I remember, there was no game plan there. Yep.
You can kind of tell.
I fought Shane Carlin and he had one arm, so I did practice fighting somebody with one arm.
Really?
Yeah, and it didn't work. Shane Carlin was so big I completely forgot everything I trained for. He was so angry and red that I was like, he's going to kill me. And I completely forgot about what I was trained, because I trained to just keep going one way. You know what I mean? Because he's only got one arm.
Yeah.
And he scared me.
Oh, I saw a highlight of this. You're the guy that he knocked out.
So stupid.
I saw a highlight of it.
Right.
I finally get to meet the man.
Man, my life just keeps getting better by the day. Getting props all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's...
Oh!
Yeah, that wasn't that bad. That was the first one.
That's not even his power hand.
No, but he didn't even have to hit me that hard to knock me out. But look at that, he just picked me up with one arm, dude. He was like, I remember looking at my corner, and my corner was scared, and they didn't give me any advice. Look at
What are they gonna say?
Hold your shorts down.
I remember just getting some props. Every now and then I got a nod from someone like, dude, props for being out there. I'm like, fuck, that's not really helping me right now.
Thumbs up, bro.
Alright, I'm gonna let you guys go. So I just scribbled up. Everybody, is it sold out? I mean, these days, do you have to do it?
It's in Rio.
It's in Brazil.
Oh,
so to all of our Brazilian
you're not allowed to go.
Get some tickets. Everybody else, we assume you'll be watching on pay-per-view UFC 224, Saturday, May 12th.
You win. You're not Brazilian. You beat up a Brazilian, but you're not an asshole. Brazil doesn't hate you, do they?
No, I actually got a really good reception the last time I fought there.
That's awesome.
It was pretty awesome.
Good. I don't like it when they try to do that.
Yeah, I think I'm one of the few where Americans when they're like, where they kind of accept me.
It's because you haven't spracked off about how fucking fancy your pants are. That's all it is. You're just like a down-to-earth normal person.
Yeah, well, I just try to be me.
You let the fighting do the talking.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I'm more of an old school mentality. You know, I don't like to do a lot of talking. I don't talk a lot. I mean, I'm naturally a very shy guy, but yeah, I let my fighting do the talking.
Which is, you can talk though. You have the ability. You actually are kind of charismatic, but you're just not being. No, I swear, you're not, dude. MMA guys are the worst. Athletes, really, in general, are kind of bad at talking.
Yeah.
Because they went to the gym all the time. I was the weirdest.
Yeah, there was a point where I was like very antisocial.
Yeah.
Weird, awkward. Yeah.
I feel like to get as good as you are at that, there's a pocket where I just don't believe that anybody. I mean, I got really good at something, and I became possessed by it. You know, I just did that. And there was this window there where that's all I did. That's all I was.
Yeah.
Things got a little, I branched out. People were like, hey, pretty good. And then I would socialize every now and then with other skateboarders.
Yeah.
But there was a time there where it was just that. All day, non-stop.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody who's
I can relate
at your
to
level
that.
had to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how else did you get so freaky good?
I can relate to that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like that pocket of just repeating yourself over and over again with not really any reward, but for some weird reason you keep going with the same amount of veracity every day, and then, bing, you're these guys.
Yeah, yeah. You hit it right on the nail right on the head, man.
Wearing suits, going to Fox. You gonna punch the heavy bag? Because I invented that. They ripped me off.
I'm going to Fox. Bisping's gonna be there, so make sure to tune in. Then who knows what happens? No, I'm kidding.
Is he really gonna be there?
Yeah, he is.
Is it weird?
No.
Right.
No. I've actually interacted with him already, so he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of those tough bastards that. So when you take a loss, he doesn't take a loss that hard because he's a tough bastard.
Yeah. He's just one of those guys.
Right.
He's awesome.
Probably the best bounce back of a knockout I've ever seen of an individual. Like just to be like really respectful and be like and still somehow coherent after being blasted like that. Hey man, I fucking have to fight, And I'm like, man, okay, good for you because fuck, I might be in the dressing room having a bit of a cry right now. So yeah, he's a man.
What did he say after the fight? I didn't hear the comment, but I went back and looked at the highlight where he said, "Yeah, not even a piece of shit like Kelvin would keep me down after I knocked him out."
He's
just a tough bastard, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I do remember him walking around after and saying it's these things happen. Like it was. There was some interview where I think he walked past someone else's interview with his face just. Shit happening. Like, you're right. It happens, man. What are you gonna do? Fine.
Yeah,
he's
a tough bastard, man.
Yeah, I was like, what a man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Everybody, check out the tickets. We'll take a quick break, and we will be back.
Hey.
Thanks, guys.
Cool, man. Thank you.
So you take a photo. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Nice.
man. Good to meet you.
Good
to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you. Yeah.
It was good to meet you. Thank you. Oh, bye bye.
Nice to meet you. I like your shoes.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you can do the photo out here. Okay.
Every time I get one knocked out, I put a gold one in. So this one was a dog bit my tooth, and then I bit a bone and it cracked that. All the other ones were getting punched in the face. But whoa! Some of them, I mean, not this one, but this one and this one.
Not too protective.
No, I'm not very good at fighting. I go all the time, so I'm one of the really good. You know when you get you can take a punch, like that's one of your best assets. That's me.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, man.
Yep.
Keep showing up. I wonder where I'm going. Yeah, I have a good every now and then.
I was the whole time going back and forth. Once I saw that you sent the kangaroo thing, it was like he had the paper in his hand for a while, and I was like, we're wrapping, and then it got to here, and I was like, well, yeah, but if I don't get 5 minutes out of the kangaroo, then we're really in no man's land. So
That was good though.
yeah,
That was good. So cool. I mean, we've got 5 minutes.
yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
So we got about 5 minutes exactly.
Oh.
Like if that.
If Trump put a baby in a blender on TV, he wouldn't get impeached.
What are you gonna do? Like.
A wise man once said that he could shoot a man on Fifth Avenue and
Jason Ellis. Tully, Tully, come, Tully, come, come, Tully, Tully, come, Tully, come, come. If you're hot to find your hormones, gotta bust it on the bus. If you're hot to find your hormones, gotta bust it on the bus.
This is the Jason Ellis Show on Faction Talk.
So, remember that RV car chase from yesterday?
Yeah. Oh, it ended?
The guy got away.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty dark because there were kids inside, his children. And so, if I understand the pieces of this puzzle correctly, I think he'd gotten into a fight with his wife or his partner, and I think there was maybe a domestic violence element to that, and then took off with the motorhome with their 2 very small children inside. And that's part of the reason why, because we saw yesterday during the show that the guy was...
Nobody would pull him over.
The guy was stopped 3 cars deep in a tiny little Hollywood side street, and they said for the... I think it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of thing, where for the safety of the children, because they thought he might have a gun, he might be physically threatening to the children. Anything was possible. That's why they didn't do anything then, and they didn't want to force him to come to a stop because they didn't even know if the kids were strapped in. I think it turned out that they weren't. But ultimately, the guy, after 3.5 hours, got all the way up to... where the hell was he? He was way the hell up there. And he drove into like a field and basically kicked up a huge cloud of dust.
Yeah.
And then they had to keep their distance from him because of the cloud of dust because they didn't want to accidentally ram him with the kids inside. And by the time the cloud of dust settled, the RV had stopped and he had run away.
And left the kids.
Yeah, and they didn't know that. They had a standoff going for like 45 minutes until a 3-year-old wanders off the RV.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and there's an 11-month-old on as well.
And he bolted.
And it remains at large. Last I heard, anyway.
Wait, and you say he went up, so he didn't go to Mexico. He went up.
No, he went
north.
up. He went to Bakersfield? Wait, I'll tell you exactly.
He got away.
Mm-hmm. He is at large and considered, potentially armed and very potentially dangerous. Yeah, Bakersfield.
Man. Maybe you know somebody in Bakersfield? I mean, how do you get away? Doing a burnout in the dirt makes you get away?
I wonder, did he think, if I go into this field and create the diversion, or did he just get into the field and realize he had created a diversion? But then from there, don't you have to have some clue of a good place to run?
I mean, that's like a movie getaway.
I know. It really is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe the police killed him and they said that he got away.
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
Cool.
Yeah. And then in lighter news,
yay!
We were talking about the very many ways you can die at critters' hands in Australia with Mackenzie and Kelvin.
Everybody thinks that. Yep.
And I think there have been a couple of kangaroo attacks on people taking selfies.
Yeah, but nobody died. They just got kicked in the back when they were taking a selfie, right?
This woman needed 17 stitches in her face from her eye to her chin. Another man had his stomach gashed open by a kangaroo after the roo smelled the McDonald's he had eaten prior to entering this site where people go to take pictures with kangaroos.
That makes sense. Don't do that, you idiot. Did you know that kangaroos smell like maple syrup?
No.
Yep.
I find that kid pee sometimes smells like maple syrup.
Yeah, if you ever get a kangaroo, rub him under his chest and then smell it. Maple syrup. Wild.
If you ever get a kid's used pee diaper, give it a smell. I mean, it's like 80...
Will's going to come in and block us in a minute.
It's like 85% pee, but the other 15%... Well, no, Will would relate.
I'm still talking about kangaroos smelling like maple syrup, Will.
Will would relate, right? It's like cow shit and baby pee.
Oh. When can I go?
No.
Oh, don't die.